Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh. What's good, brother?
What's good? How you doing, man?
Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. I just couldn't hear the music. I can
I
tell
can't
you was
hear you
jamming.
at all of a sudden. And I don't know why. Remove nothing. All right, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I cannot hear you for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
You should be B3.
Can you hear me now?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We getting things
Can you
going
hear
over
me
here. We
now?
getting things going over here.
Can
Trying
you
to
hear me
stop this
now?
video from playing.
Can you hear me now?
Yo.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why you're not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be there. Now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, but now I look frozen, frozen, frozen.
Are you saying frozen over and over again, or
No.
is it an echo?
No, now I'm back. Looks like.
Yeah, I
But
see you just fine.
welcome. It is the pre-game, the game before the game, the opportunity to get yourself mentally prepared for the greatest podcast to ever exist on planet Earth.
What is that? The Splashcast, baby. We are here. See if I can get you.
And the first thing you should do while Reggie continues to get us ready is you should like, follow, and subscribe. Then you should call your loved ones, and tell them about it. That's what you should do. I'd appreciate that.
I would too, man. I would truly appreciate that too. Let me get the audio straight so I can make sure that you are in the right spot. Well, either way, we ain't gonna worry about it. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 156 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw, the pregame. We are here. Y'all know what time it is. That's a foul. Y'all know what time it is. It is game 5 of the finals. We are watching the finals. Y'all know we are watching the finals, and we are also well, as you can hear Norwood, we are
I literally
also
just turned it off, and I'm going to turn it off.
we are also going to
76
have the
to 22.
podcast, so you know what it is.
Reggie is going to watch that game. I, in fact, will not. I'll be with you, ladies and gentlemen, partying on through this, and I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, because it's done. Splashcast 36 pack out Wednesday. You can go back and listen to the last one. Also fire. Shout out to Moneybag Yo. Don't miss.
That's how you feel?
Yep. And I'm going to go ahead and prepare y'all for the summer. It's going to be what I call urban country versus Ampiano, which is your I can't even think of the name of it now. Your Afrobeat. So your Afrobeat versus urban country, which is nothing more than black people singing country music, which is slightly, and by slightly I mean heavily, it's a misnomer for sure. I mean, we started the genre. Least you could do is let us keep it.
I hear you, man. Yeah, so y'all know what it is when it comes. Oh, what's up, people? Let's see all y'all. I didn't even see all y'all join. Y'all join fast. Good to see y'all. How y'all feeling? Y'all good today? Right now, as we start the pregame episode 156 of the Splashcast, it is Boston 41, Dallas 27. Drew Holiday is going for MVP. Right now, as we talk about it, he's going for it.
Yeah, hot but boy.
I don't know what you just said there.
Everybody but Tatum, gonna be the highest paid player. Funny story. I told y'all a long time ago though.
Everybody's starting to hit threes though. We gonna see. This is not what Dallas wants, but we gonna see. So without further ado, we'll talk about the pregame. Y'all know when we do the pregame, we do a little bit of violence. little, and most of the violence is funny. We talk about our baseball segment, as well as we talk about we're really just pain and baseball this time. We don't really have anything
Yeah.
else. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Uh, so Houston is known for
Oh,
the
this is not
rodeo.
Houston.
I know. Houston is
I wanna
known
have to
for
get
the
that
rodeo. Houston is known. Texas is known for the rodeo. Texas
the
is
state
known
fair,
for
which
having
is
the state
kinda-
fair. Texas is known for having all of these things. Well, San Antonio also has a rodeo, but apparently they don't have safety protocols in place, because in San Antonio, a bull, well, let's just let y'all listen to it. We'll let y'all play it. For those that are in the audio experience, we're about to watch a video of a bull get loose on the crowd. As you can see, the bull's crazy. He's like, hey, I'm running around. And then he's like, you know what? I'm athletic.
I'm out of here. But as you notice, the majority of the crowd is not paying attention. These people out here trying to eat their food. That dude in the pink shirt has no clue what's about to happen.
To his wife, not to him, to his wife.
This is the thing that really made me really think about this for a long time. Is like I told you, I've been to the rodeo. And the rodeo, as much as it's a rodeo, it's a concert, and it's a fair. Like, you go to eat and hang out, heavy on the eat. So I just imagine myself. I partake occasionally, as you can probably see by the physique, a fried Oreo every now and then. And I could only imagine you out there trying to eat your little elote, maybe a fried Oreo, any type of myriad of dressed glizzies that they may have prepared for you. And you trying to enjoy your snacks. And there's a loose bull.
Dressed glizzies and loose bulls. This is hell of a way to start the show. So I'm gonna keep playing. So I paused it here for those that are watching. I paused it here because I wanted y'all, the crowd, I wanted y'all to see what's happening to this lady in the red as the bull attacks. 3, 2, 1, and that's her. Then launched upside down. It's not funny. Launched upside down twice, and then gets trampled, and then the bull just walks away. So here's the replay of it from another angle, and she gets carried 20 feet, and she just lays down. Now, I think the average weight of a bull is like
too much,
almost
too
like
much.
1,000 pounds.
It's a car. That's a car for you guys who don't know.
It's not funny, y'all. I don't like to laugh at people's misfortune. If she's not okay, we send T's and P's to her family, and I'm sure that bull at this point has been broken down into all types of wonderful meal prep for them moving forward. But I can't believe that the bull got out. And look at the people on the horses chasing the bull with flags. Like, that's gonna do something. That bull is free.
I mean, man, first of all, no, I'm not a rodeo clown. I'm not a clown. I'm just at the rodeo. I'm not distracted, nothing. And this is sponsored by Crown Royal. Shout out to those guys. But just the way the bull wanted to hit the concession stand.
Well, he found a concession. He found her. That's like the elephant that went back to the funeral. That's what that looked like.
Yep.
He found her only.
You look way too comfortable looking for me, big dog. Nope, I don't like none of this. And you can go to hell. How about that?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. But T's and P's to those that are safe. And
those
stopped
unsafe.
it there. Now, most people are running from a bull that's the size of a car, but Tank Davis fists must be armed bombs, military shells, whatever you want to call them. Because this 8th round KO by Gervonta, I'm sorry, don't let me mispronounce your name, bit, dog.
Hey, say his name right before you be the next one.
Listen, he ain't Mowgli. We got that name right. So Gervonta fought, what's his name? Frank knock you down?
Frank Martin is his name, but you can call him Matt because that's where he was last seen. Laid out on the mat.
He was laid out Frank got the eight.
Wow.
Frank got TKO'd in the 8th round, and then of course to celebrate in custom Louis V trunks as a backflip off of the rope by Gervonta. It was a mean fight. Did you actually watch the fight?
And no, definitely not. No. The thing about it was I did not watch it live, but I did go back and watch it. Mm-hmm. He actually fought pretty well. Career not over. It's not like you took one of them ass whoopers like, damn, how did you get here? You just got outmatched by a better boxer, which, I mean, he's one of the best fighters on the planet currently. And he just knocks your socks off, my boy. And the thing about it is actually watch the training, and you can actually see where the trainer is setting up this death punch right here. He says, I want you to punch right here. And that same punch that he was practicing, kids, practice means everything, is the one that took him out. And I like to see that because, I mean, you know, it shows that your training is actually paying off. And, you know, the way he punched him upside his head and upside the ropes like that, clearly. But keep your head up, kid, literally and physically. Continue to fight.
Yeah, I will say that is probably the most impressive thing with Gervonta. I've seen it now. I don't really watch a lot of boxing. I watch Gervonta because it seems like every plan that they implement for the fight, and he has different plans for different fighters. It's not like he's just gonna overpower you, which he will, but he comes in and he kind of take, I don't want to say, they say take the first half of the fight off, but it's almost like he's learning his opponent and learning when he can implement that knockout punch that he's thrown into his arsenal. He throws basically the uppercut or the cross over and over again from different foot placement, and he does it every time. And he caught Frank with that, and he hit him with the cross, and then he stunned him.
Whether you're a point guard setting up the pick and roll, or you're a receiver setting up the deep route, the setup is everything. You have to be meticulous. You can't deviate from what you typically do in order to execute. And he's done that. Everything looks the same, and then you think he got you, and then he just started punching him in his brain.
And it don't never take more than like 2 punches.
Because it took one. When he got him, it was over. Everything else is just window dressing. He punched his brain right out on the floor. Boop, 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 boop.
Now, a lot of people were saying that Frank was kind of backing up the whole fight. But, I mean, y'all, if you fighting somebody that's 1 billion and 0 with 999,999,000 knockouts, you would back up and be cautious too. And
people are stupid.
But the point is, when it comes back to the coaching of this fight, Frank's corner told him over and over again, stay off the ropes. Stay off the ropes. And he backed himself into the ropes, and
he got punched into the ropes.
It was all she wrote.
The thing for me is get your ass in there. Since you got so much, since you know so much, get your ass in there and fight him. He ain't but yay big anyway. You bad. Get on in there, put your hands on him, and see if he don't do you the same way. Everybody, well, yeah, you running. I would have physically been doing laps around this boxing rink, whatever. He could have called it a rink the way I'd have been skating through there. I'm gonna tell you right now, not a chance. Everybody's like, "Oh, don't run." Yes, run for your life.
Run for the hills. Run for the hills, bro.
Run, nigga, run. Ain't that what Killer Mike said?
Hey, man, but I mean, to have the knockout power, and we'll put a cap on this, to have the knockout power that he has, he executes his plan perfectly every single time. And it's impressive.
Yeah, and you being the plan getting executed.
I don't know who the next fighter is. Ryan Garcia wants to fight him, but, you know, he's going to have to figure out a way to get clean, whether it was by hook, crook, or accident.
Whatever's going on with Ryan Garcia is weird. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's untrue. Well, all of that is weird. But
he has turned into a weird individual.
Yeah, everything is always just like kind of there, kind of not. But yeah, whatever it is, I mean, I think that people will pay money to see it. But Ryan Garcia is slowly becoming AB of boxing, and that's not like in every sense of the word. Like, could have been a generation. Well, generational. I don't know. He ain't gonna give him generational talent. He ain't as
What
good
did
as
he? I
AB.
about to say, what did he do to be
AB at
generational?
his peak. AB at his peak was still. He might
AB.
still make it to the Hall of Fame.
No. Terrell Owens had way less baggage than AB, and they didn't vote him in first time.
That's hate, though. I hate that part too. Now, if the mama good, the mama good. Now, that's the reason I was never concerned about T.O. making it. You might do your best to not let him make it on his first ballot, but you would be hard pressed to find receivers better than Terrell Owens on this planet to ever exist.
You won't find receivers better than Terrell Owens on this planet to ever exist. But at the same time, Terrell Owens showed more humility at the end of his career than AB has shown from the drop kick to the face.
AB is a whole different ball game in every sense of the word.
From the drop kick to the face, from the drop kick to the face on, he has been a different human being.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. I mean, but funny enough, they said the same thing about Terrell Owens.
Well, yeah, perfect. That was the same thing, but I'm talking about when he was running the punt back and kicked the kicker in the face.
He smoked that kicker. I don't care what you say. That was worth it. But after T.O. caught that one touchdown, that game-winning touchdown, they say he was never the same either. And after you kind of look at it,
you talking about
not 100% wrong.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, you're right. Speaking of 100% wrong, y'all might have seen it, but Evander Kane's ex-wife Anna Kane has been shooting her shot at Matthew Tkachuk. In the midst of the Stanley Cup Finals, Evander plays the Oilers, who are currently down 3-0 to Tkachuk's Panthers. I know we sick of this word. I know we don't want to hear it no more. I know we trying to cancel it. It's the word of 2024 to cancel. It's diabolical, dog. This to go after your opponent, your ex-husband's opponent, and shoot your shot and then post it to make sure that he sees it is wild crazy.
Now, this is the thing.
I'm listening, but I gotta see the scroll.
Yeah, first of all, the hard eyes, everything about this is just bad and thirsty.
Look at that. If you really want to make him mad, let me know. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You gotta maintain your
there's no
your self-respect. You're just at this point just rationing that thing out for hate. And that ain't it, man. For me, you're just embarrassing yourself. Y'all got a kid, you're embarrassing, Now this is the other part. Say what you want to. He got a whole little family over here.
What you mean?
Evander Kane got a whole new family.
Like
Mara, his girlfriend, wife, Mara Teagan, the wife of professional hockey player Evander Kane, and they have 2 children. One named Iverson, and I don't know the little girl's name, but
Allie?
Sure. I don't know. Alexa, that's what they all name their kids. But for me, he already done bounced back. Whole new family on you.
So she now you just, and she kept the name too. So she Yeah,
you butthurt. Walk it off, kid. This is the thing. You're an attractive lady. Just find you somebody new. I heard Tom Brady was available.
Think Tom want her? Tom is about discretion.
Yeah. I mean,
you see that young thing posted that, and you ain't never see her again ever.
You're right. You are right, because this woman is now. I ain't gonna lie. She's smoking now. I just got a good close up of Anna. Not a bad looking woman. You should have more. That's actually more. That's even more disappointing. Have more self respect for yourself. Self-confidence, though, that's something that nobody can ever find. This man he taking all the family pictures. Oh, you should be hurt. You should be hurt.
Oh, so she's bitter.
You should be big. Oh, licorice bitter.
Oh man, moving on, man. Speaking of bitter, you know when black people say we have a right to feel some type of way. You know when black people say a lot of the stuff that others do as a not a reparation, but as equality, affirmative action, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, we have a right to argue everything. So, in case, what are you talking about, Reggie? In case y'all missed it, I'll read it for you. The Golf Channel interviewed a random black guy that they thought was Vince Young. They were at a celebrity golf tournament, and they thought they were interviewing Vince Young, and they interviewed I don't want to say random black guy, but I mean he is a random black guy compared to
no, he is a random African American human who does.
So I'm gonna play it, and then you tell me what you think.
Played 6 seasons in the NFL, arguably one of the best NCAA quarterbacks of all time in Texas. Picked up golf about 4 years ago. What's the biggest shift you make going from the ultimate team sport to now the ultimate individual sport?
Now, I apologize. You have the wrong person.
The second
I'm Sands over Citadel, which I'm a football coach. The thing is, the great thing about golf is I'm not only competing against
really
myself.
Upset that she found this. I'm sorry she chose this gentleman and not me, because I would have had a roast. It would have been Tom Brady. Oh, you think we all look alike, huh?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't even attempt to Google who I was. Somebody told you who I was, and you came over here with this mic on live television, huh? How much they pay you to do this job? Because they don't clearly pay you to do any research whatsoever, huh? You think the people at your job are even slightly embarrassed? What do you think about the production manager who's taping this right now? Is anybody uncomfortable? Because I am. Because I guess all black people look alike.
What I don't understand is there is no way. Like, obviously she doesn't watch sports, right? Right, chat. She doesn't watch. She can't watch sports. What's up, Vanessa? What's up?
And I'm not even gonna say she don't watch sports because
she can't watch. Well, hold on. She can't watch sports because Vince Young is 6'5". Vince Young is 6'5". She's not 6'5". She's not nothing. This man is clearly not 6'5". 6'4", 6'3".
I'm not sure. Like, she could be a sports fan and not be able to readily identify Vince Young. But
black
you
people
didn't even
readily identify.
You didn't even attempt. This don't look nothing like Vince. This looks closer to Vince Staples than Vince Young. Like, that's the part with me that's frustrating. And then the other part is really more embarrassing is somebody sent her over there. She had to talk. She didn't do this by herself.
Yeah, somebody's in her ear. So somebody didn't know. Somebody in the booth the producer didn't know that wasn't Vince Young.
Or they want you fired. This is a setup. I have to believe that this is a scam. There's no way that you have good intentions for me and do this to me. And there's no way that we're all this stupid. Whatever news station, publication, this is, you guys, cold piece of work, to say the least.
Whatever news station. You know what news station it is? This is
No.
called the Golf Channel. This is like NFL Network of Golf. Ain't no coming back from this. And the thing about our time period is once it gets to social media, it lives forever and ever and ever.
TJ Hushmanzada? Hushmanzada? TJ Who's Your Mama? What? For all y'all who don't remember, that's a callback from a fantastic commercial.
Lively just took out Derek White. Wow.
But for me, yeah, this is embarrassing. And maybe all black people just look alike.
Maybe we do all look alike, and we're all the same height compared to everybody else. I don't know, but it is what it is. With that being said, I believe we got to get to baseball.
More people, more of those people doing those type of things.
All right,
y'all got to do better, man.
So we just got back. We just talked about what's up, Sneaky? We just talked about how at the Golf Channel they thought all black people looked alike. Now, let's go to the College Baseball World Series. The College Baseball World Series is probably one of the most intense tournaments where there is more crowd participation, and I won't say from a numbers wise, but everything is so compact so you can hear everything. As a serial advocate of the Atlanta Braves, I know about heckling. We heckle the Nastards all the time, to the point where we almost got kicked out the game. But even at that point, there is
Pops Davis, what up? Happy Father's Day.
There is some type of couth that you're supposed to have when it comes to, especially when it comes to young people in school. The two Texas A&M hecklers were escorted out of the game against Florida by the Omaha, Nebraska police. And then the police released a statement saying heckling an opposing baseball team about the tragic death of their bat boy is beyond unacceptable. Glad our officers and security threw this duo out of Charles Schwab Field. You're no longer welcome in this city and should be ashamed for life and should be banned for life from future College World Series. And this is it right here. We'll let it play while we're talking. These two guys are talking, and they're talking about, basically yelling about the bat boy that died. And this cop, I don't know if he's Omaha or Florida police, but he got there with that orange hat and got that man out of there. And then they walked away giving middle fingers. And it was some of the nastiest work I've ever seen.
Yeah, this story is, number one, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all, if you're going to a College World Series game, this is the demographic. Damn near the only demographic that's going to be there. That just is what it is. It's college baseball. But once you read about how this bat boy passed away, it makes it even more embarrassing. I'm all for a good heckle, 100%. If you've ever been to any sport, I am a person who actively heckles his own team. Jump Shot Josh, for instance, Trey Young, and every chance that I get. But there's a way to do that and still remain respectful. Laughing at a little kid that died is nasty. That's the nastiest of work.
A child,
it's legitimately the worst.
Is a legit child.
Yeah. You suck. You really do. Like, there's no other way to put it. I wanted to try to, you suck at life. This is what people do believe that Texas A&M fans are like. And you're not even like, at least you're not funny and you're terrible.
See, this is when you need to have race relations, because Black Twitter would have found where these dudes work. They would have found where these dudes, who their bosses are, what company, and the Celtics are now at 20 going into half.
Thank you for letting me know. I turned it off.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, they got Luka in jail. He just got a 3-point play to shut me up. But normally Black Twitter would have, the joke is they would have found out who this person is, right, chat? Like, they would have been like, yo, y'all know what to do. This didn't happen. They're going to go back to their jobs, and they may be known, but the community that they're in, it don't matter down there in College Station.
They think that that's perfectly acceptable to make a joke about a child being murdered by his. I'm not going to get into the details of the story. We all have Google. Your pieces of trash.
You can say it. You can tell me, was it a tragic death?
Yes, extremely tragic. It's so tragic. I don't want to talk about it on the pod. These two humans suck at life. You're not very funny. This is embarrassing. At Texas A&M, you should release a statement. This is that bad. It's that level of terrible that you should say, hey, man, this is not what we represent. This is not what we support. These are two teams that are playing in the College World Series. Heckling it's a part of the game, but, there's standard and respect that we just have across the board. This is sick. And if you know these people and you continue to, support or be around them, you're just as sick as they are.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's. Dang, they're 21. He hit a half court shot. Let's move on to something a little more uplifting. We've scolded my dad. As we see in the chat, folks are saying it is over. But you never know, man. With Luka and Kyrie, they can catch fire and score 30 in 4 minutes, and you never would know. The Savannah Bananas sold out Fenway Park. This is a callback to multiple pre-games where we talk about the Savannah Bananas. They kind of have taken the world by storm. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. And what they do is they do things like catch the ball while doing a backflip. They do choreographed dances. They involve everyone. And now it's gotten to the point where when they travel around to these stadiums, they bring in past major leaguers that are big for that city, which they did in Boston. And it was on ESPN, I believe. So it was a big deal, and they sold out Fenway Park. To go from the Savannah Bananas to the Fenway Park and sell out one of the most historical baseball venues ever is insane.
Yeah, for me, as a person who's as I guess two people, if we track them through their humble beginnings to where they are now, to even inspiring other teams. You saw the team that's playing the glow in the dark baseball. Fenway is it, and to pack Fenway, it creates a new business model where everybody can't do, single A, double A, triple A, and that's just not feasible for everybody. But to find a way to entertain fans all across the world, to be able to go on tour and everybody be genuinely excited to see you guys play baseball. This is why I love minor league baseball, probably more than Major League Baseball. Is there's so much creativity, there's so many different things you can do, and there are still teams that are putting out a fantastic performance experience. Everywhere else you kind of go to Major League Baseball game and you go, you pay the game, you pay to buy the tickets, you eat, you do all of that, but it's not always like an experience. Minor league baseball, as a person who's worked for a minor league baseball team, when done right, is an experience.
It can be. It definitely can be. You're right. It does create a model for this. There is an ESPN kind of 5-minute documentary that they do on SportsCenter about this Savannah Bananas team, and they follow one of the main pitchers for Savannah and how he got called up to the Reds and he achieved his dream, but he got cut and he was just stuck in the minor leagues. And he went to play for the Savannah Bananas, and it kind of turned into what it is now. And he never would have thought that this was possible. And like the Harlem Globetrotters, I stick with that. They all could play. A lot of them could. I mean, Wilt Chamberlain played for them. Like, they all could play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, sometimes you don't get the break that you need. This is the same thing. It gives them another outlet, and it's family friendly. Like, there's not a lot of heckling and cursing and Texas A&M fans and all of that stuff. This is just pure.
It's a show. Fun. It's a show. It's a show. Like, this to me is like the equivalent of going to watch wrestling or something, where it is immersive. Everything about this is it's just good. And they travel. When I tell you they travel, they were here in Houston. They were packed out. They went to Fenway and packed out. If you can see them, you should. It's truly an entertaining show.
Yep. Shout out Savannah Bananas.
Take your kids, man.
Maybe they can sign Jose Abreu. So Jose Abreu was released by the Houston Astros 1.5 years into his 3-year, $58 million contract, fully guaranteed. And we actually scrapped the story last week where he was the oldest person in the minor leagues. They sent him down to the minor leagues, and he's 38, 37, 38, and the youngest person is younger than his child. Like that was wild.
Hey, bro,
Baseball
it might
still-
just be time to go on home. They're gonna pay you $19 million to sit at the house anyway. Just take your money and go home. That's what I would do.
Now you got mad at me for saying this the other time. You know where they from. Sometimes there's stories and stuff that we don't know about. Maybe he has to keep playing. Maybe we don't know. You know, hey man, all those players and commentators. Remember Papi Ortiz? He had down there, got disappeared for a little bit.
He started out 6 years, 68 million, another year 10 million, another year 13 million, and 1 year 16 million, another year 17 million, and 3 years 50 million. Oh, his career earnings 154 million. Oh, I'm gonna give you the Coach O. All right, just tell me what door you want me to leave out of. Just make sure y'all send my check to the house.
Yeah, Houston, man, they haven't really struck out on a lot of moves, but Abreu, they struck out on him. Moving on.
He also our age. He's also our age, 37 years old, bro.
Hey man, if they gonna pay me $16 million to be terrible, I'm gonna go play too now. Me too. Ain't gonna bro nothing. Hey, listen.
I mean, you be out there like Claude and Ray in life.
The man formerly known as He Who Shall Not Be Named is now leading the major league in everything, the National League in everything. Marcell Ozuna has been one of the bright spots for the Braves in what has been a series of struggle until recently. He is the NL leader in home runs, the NL leader in RBIs, and the NL leader in OPS. And he's like top 5 in literally every other hitting category that you can think of in the NL.
Now, I'm going to tell you, me and Reggie for a long time wouldn't even say this man's name for whatever reason. But now at this point, I didn't have this on my Marcell Ozuna bingo card.
The Braves
it went
bingo?
from, that charge he had that DUI where he gave the man the playing card. Yeah, to now he's turned the corner and he look, all intents and purposes, this man is an all-star. He is our MVP of team.
MVP of the National
on a
League.
Team full of MVPs. He's our guy. At this point, the only thing I can say is stay the course, believe in yourself, and whatever the naysayers say, let them say it. Prove them wrong. You know me.
And
I'm
he's
a
the
firm
best
believer.
locker room
You don't
guy.
like it. Yes, I was about to say, if you don't like it, beat him. Well, you got it. Ozuna, you good with me, my big dog. The big bear. Continue to kick ass, because if not for you, then no one.
We would be, although the bats have finally awoken for the Braves. Riley has gotten out of his slump. Matt Olson hit a couple home runs. Ozzy Albies steady getting on base, and then Ozuna is out here cooking. We're finally waking up, so hopefully we can thank him and show him appreciation by league MVP, winning some games and giving these pitchers some help, because we're losing games either 8-8 or 2-0.
That's tough. Yeah,
like there's no in between, and everybody's hurt. The Braves are just hurt.
everybody.
Get well, Money Mike Harris. He's on a 10-day IL. So we don't really have an outfield right now. So, Clinic's doing okay. But, come on now. But moving on, man. Shout out to the Braves. Moving on. Hey, interesting about the World Cup 2026. Interesting. I don't know if this has ever happened. North Korea. Yes. That Korea. North Korea. Are currently
Second favorite Korea by most.
only one game away from qualifying for the World Cup in 2026. Why is that interesting? Because the World Cup 2026 is in North America. One game is in Atlanta. One game is in Mexico. One game's in LA, or one round is in LA. They've got Canada, New York, and you would have to bring not only Russia, but North Korea. And the funniest comment about this is when United States, North Korea, Russia, and somebody else are all in the same group stage and they all got to play each other. This would be crazy. Sneaky said,
and that used to be called the group of death. I don't know if they'll use that this time,
but it would apply.
And I think that is the pregame, ladies and gentlemen.
North Korea, USA, England, and Iran get drawn to the same group of World Cup 2026. This is scary and hilarious. Scarily hilarious, maybe.
Scalarious.
Scalarious.
For some people, if not for everybody, some people this is genuinely frightening.
Me, I'm frightened of everything going on because if they put,
nope,
we can't go.
Not my business.
I worry about these.
I don't. Yep, I don't want MBS. Yeah. CNN. I don't want nobody bothering me about nothing. I'm minding my business. Kim Jong-un, none of them. Don't know him. Never heard of him. Nathaniel.
Naysayer. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the pregame. Give us about 5 minutes.
No, let a naysayer know.
We will come back with our HBCU news around the culture, followed by basketball. We'll give y'all an update of the finals. And we actually get to have a question. We didn't know we were going to be able to have this conversation because we didn't know if the finals were going to be over with or not. But if it trends the way it's going, then we'll be able to talk about free agency and the draft, and as well as then we'll get into some NFL and NCAA news. Y'all stay tuned. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning in to the pregame. If you are listening to this after it has come out on Wednesday or Thursday, go and listen to the Splashcast episode playlist, as well as go ahead and turn on over to the main attraction. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.
Right back.
Oi. Real shit popper, born top dropper. Got them hoes singing when they see me. Pull like Harley Davidson, big chopper, big bird, fog leghorn, Waka Flocka, drip squad. Women pay me cause I pimp hard. Yes, Lord, drop my Rolls Royce through Fifth Ward. She gave me that pussy free, I heard you till for it. I be giving daddy, she know this ain't little boy. Really putting it down around these parts, you a guppy.
So many different hustlers you meet in the game. Shit is cold, don't put your trust in them. Let me explain. The greedy killer, he wanna fuck hoes and get the money, but he quick to feel disrespected. One slip of the tongue, wrong word selected. Bullets drilling in your melon when you least expect it. Number one priority, self-preservation. That applies to majority different situations. The daredevil type. Love to make a scene, the nigga hype. If he's the center of attention, you alright. He worried about his rep. Put dirt on his name, you getting slept. Extra sensitive, quiet as kept. So you gotta play it cool with him, laugh at his jokes. Don't inhale too deep when he pass you the smoke. He asking you a question, he might go for your throat. It's best to be transparent, or that's all she wrote. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word.
Living like a villain, sipping V on out the glass. Million on the wrist, quick to skip a battle rap. Corvette club, waving Maybach flags. 100-foot yachts, jumping waves, running laps. Really just wanna smoke, really just want a piece. The niggas who want the most, some I end up with the least. Shorty just broke a lease, ready to move with me. I put it all in the book, praying that she could read. Really, are you a G? Niggas just wanna see. I'm running the numbers up, I feel I'm still in the lead. Tentacles in the streets, criminals getting cream. The 7 Series new Beamer, really it's not a thing. Always getting the money, still hustle the max. Always keeping it real, always getting it back. Bitches come with the thrills, all I want is the cash. My niggas still on the rise, why I'm charging the tax.
always keep your word, always paying back, always keep your word, always paying back, always keep your word.
Then there's the boss player. He got a shrewd intellect. He thinking big picture, he patient with disrespect. He always keep his word, but there's pressure when he collect. He keep the blicky close, he's smart when he invests. Stay away from his hoes, that'll keep you out the mess. He act like he treat him cold, but that is just a test. Keep your jokes to a minimum when wifey is around. Remember, he's the man, and fuck how it sounds. Give you the shirt off his back, cross him, that's that. Yeah. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always stand back. Always keep it real, always like crack. Buck Hicks like a teacher, just blew a mini mission in Atlanta on some sneakers. I brought the purses to the verses. Been bodying shit, big boy hearses. Staying careers like windows in the churches. Brought the yay to the trap, this Sunday service. Always held the gauge, always had the Mac. Always move weight, always move the pack. Always keep your word, always stand back. Always keep it real, always like crack. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word, always pay him back. Always keep your word,
always paying back.
From the stellar regions of the soul.
Say what?
Dreaming.
Baby, we can do it, take your time, do it right. I was hearing melodies and rhythms through the night. This was a dream, it felt real like a fight. What made it realer, Jay Dilla was there in the light. A movement was happening, Ace Brown was rapping, and Cool G.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 156 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood, and our powers combined. You already know what it is. We are your HBCU homeboys. Thank you for rocking with us on this beloved Monday night. Looks like the Celtics are going to continue to whoop the Mavericks' ass. If you want to watch that, you're more than welcome to, or you can just kick it with me and your boy.
Y'all know what it is. We do our HBCU news around the culture, followed by our basketball or football, whichever one is in season. And then we wrap it up with any trending topics that we didn't cover in the pregame. Let's start out with our HBCU news around the culture. Always remember, you can go back and listen to the pregame if you're listening to the audio experience on Spotify or on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, or YouTube. Just go ahead and click the little banner that comes up and say, hey, I'm going to go follow, like, and subscribe there too. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, man. Since we're talking about Jason Tatum, while I get this ready, since we're talking about Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics, who are up, just giving y'all an update if you're watching, Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics are up by 21, 69-48 over the Dallas Mavericks, with Jason Tatum going to the line. All right, so is it display capture, window capture? Window capture. Yeah, there we go. IG. Bow. So, while we get this ready, Jason Tatum during game 3, I believe this was 5 days ago, so it was game 3 in Dallas. He wore the Howard Bison Jason Tatum shoes, Jordan brand shoes. You know, he's a Jordan brand athlete, ironically. So even though he follows Kobe, interesting that he didn't go Nike. Well, I guess he did go Nike because Jordan is whatever you want to call it. But he wore the Howard University signature shoes during the NBA Finals, and apparently they're available for purchase, which is great to hear. It was reported that the shoes will never be available to general public, but now that has been changed to where you can make a $300 donation to the Mecca Society anytime through the remainder of the finals and buy those shoes. So Howard University alumni, they're up 25. Howard University alumni, go ahead and support and grab these shoes, especially if he's wearing them in the finals as they're about to win the finals. You should go get this.
Yeah, Reggie has already called it. I think it's been called as well. Yeah, and for $300, I would pay for a pair of Hampton Jason Tatum. So definitely worth it. And this is actually one of the few sneakers I actually genuinely like. So yes, definitely should do that.
They're actually not bad. They're actually not bad. They look pretty good. The design is interesting. It's a lot. The Jordan is on par with what the new Jordan brand sneakers are. But they look good. I like the colorway with the fatigue thrown in the background. That's tough.
Yep, that's what it is. It's red, white, and blue, of course. Those are Howard Bison colors. Throw a little bit of desert fatigue on top of that, and it came together well for me. I like that. This is one of the few sneakers. This is a Wale sneaker. It could go either way. You can either hoop in it, or you could just be out in the streets in it. And I appreciate that. Bring those sneakers back.
Yeah, man, bring those sneakers back. All right, so moving on, gonna get to some football news. Shout out to Virginia Union University's Dr. Alvin Parker, named HBCU Football Coach of the Year. He was recently recognized as the HBCU Coach of the Year at the Black College Football Hall of Fame ceremony. The induction took place last weekend in Atlanta, Georgia. In addition to the prestigious award, Parker also received the title of CIAA Coach of the Year for his remarkable achievements this season, boasting an impressive 40-13 overall record during his time at Virginia Union. He was also named as one of 5 head coaches appointed to the Board of Trustees of the American Football Coaches Association, giving HBCUs more voice and representation on the board. So shout out to Mr. Alvin. I get slapped.
Yeah, he's Dr. Yeah.
Alvin Parker.
Congratulations. Union has continued to excel. And excited to see. I'm ready for football season. Bring football back. Especially basketball is literally about to end in a few minutes.
Yeah, man. And look, I'm going to call back because we have not heard anything. I've followed the story. Y'all don't make the same mistake that Lincoln made.
Ooh, Lord,
CIAA won the CIAA basketball tournament for the first time in umpteen years, and then fired the coach, and then lied about it, and then had to retract the statement. So y'all better keep him over there.
Yeah. Don't let that be you. That's all I can say, man. That make good decisions.
Oh, they are about 26. They kicking their ass. All right, moving on. This past weekend, they also honored FAMU's Marquise Bell. He was named as the Black College Football Player of the Year. Bell moved from safety to linebacker this past season and became one of the Cowboys' biggest playmakers on defense when he was drafted, and he was undrafted and ended up becoming a really, really good football player, and he was now named the Black College Football Pro Player of the Year. Shout out to Marquise Bell. We told y'all should have drafted him. We told y'all.
Yeah. It has truly been a pleasure to cover this dude from his FAMU days to him playing for the Cowboys. And me and Reggie, and I can't remember who said it. I think it was Doug Johnson said that. Not Doug Johnson. Jesus. What's his name?
White Doug?
Played it. Doug Grambling.
Oh, Doug Williams. Yeah, think of
Doug Williams.
That's one of the blackest names you can get. Williams.
Yes.
Doug Johnson is a white quarterback that played for the Minnesota Vikings and Tampa Bay Bucks.
Or my former supervisor.
Another white
that's the reason. Yes. What I was trying to say is, people are not standing on the table. You're exactly right. This is proof. We continue to have HBCU football players specifically who just come out and excel in the NFL once given an opportunity. an opportunity, but as long as they can go back and get them as undrafted free agents and not have to pay them, then they're going to continue to manipulate the system. We have to figure out a way around this or through it. I don't know the answer yet.
The answer is, I know you don't want to hear it, but the answer is to support the UFL. Like, the UFL is
right now,
giving
you're right.
all of the HBCU guys all of the ability. They're basically positioning themselves to be the HBCU minor league system and the Division II small school minor league system. And if you're going to support it and you give them, the more times you give them the ability to be seen through support, more teams will sign them. Because this is stealing. The Cowboys are stealing right now from Marquise Bell. They got an undrafted rookie free agent to be a starter. Now, to answer the chat question, we see, will HBCU football be on weekly national television in 2024, 2025? No, but ESPN, HBCU Go, the Grio, all of these.
Fox Soul.
All of these.
We got to support the people who are supporting us, man.
You're right. Hey. All of these streaming services will have the ability to show games. ESPN3, for example, shows just about all the HBCU games in the SWAC and the MEAC. And then you have the HBCU channel, the Grio, shows a lot of the CIAA, SIAC games. They showed a lot of Fort Valley State versus Virginia Union, which was played right here in Atlanta in Lakewood Stadium. A lot of good memories there. Williams, a black name. So that will be on. So we're looking forward to it. And you never know, man. You get a couple upsets, anything can happen. And let me tell y'all, we're going to get to Ohio State later on. But Grambling State and Ohio State agree to face off in 2025. The Tigers and the Buckeyes will meet for the first time in history on September 6, 2025 at Ohio Stadium.
Let's go Tigers.
Yeah, you got to go. Let's go black people. Normally.
Well, I'm never rooting for Ohio State, so this is easy money.
Never. I hate Ohio State. Notre Dame, and Florida. Not equally, but they're close. But you never know what can happen with Ohio State because they tend to play down to their opponent. And I hate to say down to Grambling, but, I mean, they just have more resources, right? So Grambling has been known. They went to New Mexico State, shocked that team. They've gone to UL, University of Louisiana Lafayette, and only lost by 1 because they were cheated. Like, they have been known to travel well and rise to the occasion, and you never know. Now, Ohio State, a victory for an HBCU team is hanging around in the first half when you go against the number 2 team in the nation.
Yeah. And, I mean, I hate them, but, like, they are wide receiver you, damn near defensive end you. But once again, it's an excellent opportunity for your best players to be seen. We've seen in many of these cases where the HBCU, that first 11 starting over, in many cases has hung around with some of these teams until the subs. Now, that's where I typically think that it gets more difficult is Ohio State. They have all 5 stars. Then that next level is all like 4.5 stars. And that's where it gets problematic because there's a drop-off in second and third strings for HBCUs. But if you play well, you know how I feel about it. If you put good tape out, people will find you.
Yep. So we'll be watching it. Go Tigers. Before we get out of here for HBCU, we'll go to our basketball segment next, man. We have to wish good luck. I believe it's actually already over, but Willie Mack from representing Bethune-Cookman competed in the U.S. Open this past weekend. He becomes the first Bethune-Cookman Wildcat to qualify and compete for a major. He played in the U.S. Open Golf Tournament in Pinehurst, North Carolina. So shout out, applause to Mr. Willie Mack.
Willie Mack III. You need not get a better name than that.
Yeah, boy, I know your daddy owned it.
Willie Mack. You know.
Your daddy owned a tire shop or an automobile service.
They call him Trey, though. They call him Trey.
Willie, hey, man, my car making a little bit of noise. Don't worry about it. Just bring it on down here. You know I take care of it.
Hey, bring it around the house, man. I get you straight.
Oh, well, shout out to Willie Mack, man. He played well, and this is obviously he's a young guy. This is the first of many tournaments that he'll compete in. Hopefully, he'll be one of the first, if not the first, HBCU grad to win a major golf tournament. Don't quote me on that. If you do know the HBCU grad that won a golf tournament, let me know. But it's been a while, so
we did not do the research.
No, we didn't. Not on that.
We got jobs, right?
But with that being said, we've come to the end of the HBCU segment of episode 156 of the Splash Cast. They are just whooping their butt. We're gonna take a couple minutes, and then
Trey Mack.
Trey Mack. Hey, that's funny. Oh, you black, Dad. You a black man. We'll be right back with our basketball segment, WNBA, NBA news as well. Y'all stay tuned. Like, follow, subscribe.
See you very soon. Soon and very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stop it, block it, when I drop it. Anytime I go rhyme for rhyme on a topic. They ain't even fit to step in Shaq's arena. I look inside your mind and I see your shook demeanor. In your eyes, why are you surprised? No matter how you try, not fly as Eloquaz. The new edition, is this the end of your last night? In the daytime, you couldn't see me with a flashlight. I crash flights on sights of my enemy. I'm coming through and then I bomb your whole vicinity. Why the acting, faking chat, you're not a friend to me. I peeped your card, you're not as hard as you pretend to be. Who wanna spark it with the chocolate? Macadamium, head clean to the cranium. You know the name, Shaq aim to maintain money on the brain. Can't stop the rain, the rain.
Legends and biggest, cream lizards, cream coochies. I do my duty as long as they fly as me and high as me. Success of my circle, try to break it, I hurt you. Ain't no getting out that, I doubt that. We want the exotic, erotic ladies, not them toxic ladies that burn a lot. I learned a lot from Chunky.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment of episode 156 of the Splash Cast Monday Night Raw. Got a few things we're going to talk about today, WNBA and NBA news. Y'all know what it is. Before they can do that, what can they do, Norwood?
They can like, they can follow, they can subscribe, they can go into their car and turn this up real loud so your neighbors get mad.
Or don't get kicked out. You know.
No, go ahead. Let's get started, man. Splashcast sent you. How about that?
Yes, sir. So,
and you play with me, I'll send that bull to your house.
Call back to the pregame. A'ja Wilson is currently present.
Thank you for fixing that. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I keep going back to when she was robbed of her
everything.
Yeah, she is quickly to become the face of the league. She is everywhere, and she has been dubbed by all of her teammates as the best leader they've ever been around. And she went on to talk about how she loves her teammates so much that she would take any hit for them, good, bad, or ugly, while getting emotional, explaining this sitting next to Becky Hammon. So shout out to and kudos to Asia for being her.
Yeah, I really appreciate this. Y'all know how I feel about Cam Newton, and one of the things that I always really had issues with was the way that he managed losing. The Aces, if I remember correctly, they're back-to-back champions. She's back-to-back MVPs, and I think they're like 6-6 right now. They're 500. Their season is not starting out the way that they expected it to.
Whole lot of me.
And exactly. And we're gonna call it how we see it. If you're 500, you are men. But with that said, she didn't shirk her responsibilities as a leader of this team and as the face of the WNBA. Hey, we're not playing where we want to play. I'm not okay with it. This is not the first time we talked about it. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago where she was like, "Hey man, we gotta cut the shit." She understands her place as far as a leader. She doesn't run from it, and she does it in the right way. Mm-hmm. She's not embarrassing her teammates. She's not finger pointing any of the things that we see from so many of the men. And, you know, especially these new fans who have just now started to care about the WNBA. Y'all seem to acknowledge the bad part or the Caitlin Clark Angel Reese physical is this so much. Well, why are we not congratulating and heralding this lady for being an excellent leader? I mean, I hate to go to like Kevin Durant, but we saw what happened with Kevin Durant and Kyrie and James Harden. He didn't do this. He let that team fall apart.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, she's a leader. Like, and that's one thing those three guys are not. Those are three talented players that are not leaders. She reminds me of, I don't know who she reminds me of as a good leader. Maybe Jimmy Butler. She reminds me of Jimmy Butler. She has the same effect on her teammates that Jimmy Butler had before he got hurt those last 2 years, where he was just like,
I don't hate
get
that.
on my back. I'm gonna take you there, and we gonna be together. That's what it is. So shout out.
And
to
he
Asia
doesn't.
a good person.
I really appreciate leadership where you're not pointing the finger, you're not blaming, or you're not taking responsibility. That's the one thing that I do like about it.
Old Jimmy.
No.
All y'all suck.
Well, but they did suck, and he took the B team and showed y'all that y'all sucked and beat y'all with my Rolex on. But Jimmy's a whole different thing. But it's the same thing that I see a lot out of Anthony Edwards. It's like, no, put this on me. I'll take care of it, and that's what it will be. I appreciate that, those type of leaders. It's exciting, and yeah, y'all can talk about all the rest of the things that y'all don't like about the women's game. How about y'all acknowledge some of the great things and the great leadership qualities this woman is showing?
Yeah, man. She's getting the recognition she deserves now. And whether you like where the WNBA is or not, whether you like these players or not, whatever you think about it, the fact that the popularity is growing, just you get to highlight some of the better players as well. The match or game of the weekend, of course, was the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. Angel Reese had her 6th double-double today. Somebody said against the refs. This was a highly anticipated game, of course. The Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky took it down to the wire, and I think the Indiana Fever ended up winning this game, but not without a little bit of controversy. Caitlin Clark had a really good game, but Angel Reese was called for a flagrant run on a foul where she clearly did not go for the ball. And basically sent a message. This is old school 80s basketball. Sent a message to Angel Reese like, you doing too much. Stop coming in the paint. You only need to shoot threes.
Y'all know I'm not. I like all of this. You're right. This is what I think they should have done to Steph Curry 20 years ago. It's cool, and you're going to get what you're going to get. And she commits to cooking their ass. I want to be very clear about that. And I told y'all, this is the reason the teams have been playing her tough. Because eventually, she's going to be on the right side of things. I think she had something like 28, 9, and 8 or something. But whatever it was otherworldly. And I think she scored all those points on maybe like 11 shots. So she was just getting buckets and going to the free throw line. But this is a part of the game. The Sky lost. Everybody is okay. They're going to continue to play tough. I do want to ask you, do you think this is going to be like the new Magic and Bird?
So Magic and Bird were good immediately. I think Magic won his rookie year. Bird won like 82 or something like that. So I think both of them have to prove themselves in order to get to be able to be considered the Magic and Bird of their era. Because we just talked about A'ja Wilson, and she is right now the Magic of the WNBA right now. So I wouldn't call it Magic and Bird.
Let me reposition the way that I'm saying that. I'm talking about, of course, you have Caitlin Clark, Caucasian, Angel Reese, African American. Young, good prospects who are going to in Indiana and Chicago, very close. And they're going to be, every time that they have a showdown, it's going to be like this. And I think it's going to continue to be must-see TV. Angel Reese is going to be a double machine. And Caitlin Clark is going to be the finesse queen. Let's be real here. She's still a bucket. She can still pass. She can do everything. I foresee this being a good matchup. This is the same way that I feel about C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson in the AFC South. It's just going to be one of those things where you're partnered up. We're going to get to see y'all compete against each other for a long time, and hopefully it'll be just like this.
Right now, I would say this is Bird Isaiah. Like, I think the difference, you can't say Magic because everybody like Magic. A lot of people don't like Angel Reese.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. You know what? I like what you did there. These are two people. Please don't take this the wrong way. But if you do, I want you to know I also don't care. These are two people who have the ability, myself included, I'm fine with it, to be dislikable. Mm-hmm. And I actually think that's also another skill, because if it's one thing to like a person, but if I can also get you to dislike me, it means that I've evoked some emotion from you. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is entertainment. This is something you need a heel. You need it. That's the reason you have wrestling. You got the guy everybody cheers for. You got the person everybody hates. This is going to give you that, and I'm here for it. But y'all know I've been here for it.
Yep. And I'm actually here for Angel Reese embracing being the villain. Like, she's like, yo, y'all don't like me. It is what it is. This is how I play. And I like that Caitlin Clark is like, look, this is a basketball move. I've been hit harder by other players in the league. Like, this is almost like a daily occurrence. And I keep telling y'all, as much as I love Angel Reese and everything, the WNBA could create a monster with Caitlin Clark. Because
it's on the way. I think that both of these players, as they continue, if you're starting out like 12-12, Angel Reese, hopefully her offensive game continues to progress, she's gonna be a monster. If she's starting out 12-12, she's gonna easily be like
with no Cardozo. Cardozo been hurt, and she's still leading all rookies in rebounds and double doubles, I believe.
Yeah, you get to 20-12. I mean, you're playing like A'ja at that point. Let's be real. That's what she does. And Caitlin Clark, as she continues to grow and physically, into her body, she gonna gain some weight too. She gonna put on some strength, and then that's what I'm excited for this. And I love it. And I hope that they don't, start getting influenced by the outside world and not bring the physicality every game like this. Try to whoop her ass. That's what I came to see. I did not come to see here y'all hug. I did not come to see y'all shake hands. I don't want to see none of that. Knock her face off. This is basketball, play to win.
Yep. So moving on to the NBA, man, we got to start out with some T's and P's to the family of Jerry West and really all basketball fans and fans of historians of the game. Jerry West passed away at the age of 86. He passed away 5 days ago. Lo and behold, that the running joke in the time of grief has been Jerry West would rather get up out of here than see the Boston Celtics take the lead and have 18 championships over the Lakers 17 or whatever it is. Because he was just doing interviews like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
They said he was like, you know what, I'm going to check on out. So T's and P's to Jerry. The logo, as much as people wanted to be Jordan or Kobe or whatever, I don't think they'll ever change the logo. And, I mean, I don't know if you really should. I don't know if we'll ever see somebody be the MVP of the finals on the losing team. We may probably have seen it. We should have seen it with LeBron when they got swept and he was averaging like almost a triple-double. But Jerry West, when you go back and look at those tapes, man, I say it all the time. Great players can play in any era. He would come here today and average 30.
Cook y'all ass and talk about it. He said, y'all talk about having a dog in you. I'm a wolf. I eat dogs.
And didn't smile.
What? Excuse me, say what? Yeah, man. Thoughts and prayers. The logo, consummate. Just basketball killer. Guy who had three different dynasties. Shaq and Kobe Lakers, the 80s Lakers, and the Warriors. He is legitimately basketball DNA.
Don't forget the Kings.
Job well done.
Don't forget the Kings. He just ran into the Lakers, but don't forget the Kings now. He left the Lakers, went to the Kings.
Fantastic career. Fantastic careers.
He won Executive of the Year with like a losing team. I think that team lost in the first round they weren't losing, but they lost in the first round. Kobe's airball. But the 96 year, he signed Shaq in free agency away from Orlando, traded Vlade Divac and a pick, and got Kobe Bryant. That may go down as the greatest offseason in modern basketball history for the Lakers. You get Shaq and Kobe.
And my team can't cobble together two stones. And this man he did that in 48. He did more in that 48-hour period than my ownership has done in 7 to 10 years. We just let everything fall apart.
Leave Norwood to be bitter. But
you fucking right. I'm bitter. You damn right. I'm hurt. And rest in peace, Jerry. You the man. You the man.
All right,
you the man.
You gotta head right on time because we go into the fourth quarter and Boston up 21. Saks Fifth. Before we get to the final, Saks Fifth Avenue issues an apology to Washington Wizards general manager Will Dawkins over a 2023 racial incident in which security guard police officer accused Dawkins of stealing clothing from a Miami store. We actually covered this a long time ago. It was a racial profiling incident, and he actually says that he hopes that by coming forward and going public about it, that it can improve the treatment of black people in luxurious spaces. We already reported on it, and I'm happy that they had to retract. The retractors had to retract them statements of what they thought he was doing and go ahead and apologize.
This shit happens all the time. You got this story. Then you got the John Henson story where he was in Milwaukee in the jewelry store and they called 911 on him. You remember when, of course, the police broke Thabo Sefolosha's leg. It's always something. You just can't be black and rich and people believe that. It's like, no, And this is the thing.
But they be like,
I don't know how to talk. Thank you. You see, we've been pod too long, and I know y'all get tired of us saying that every week, but that's what we do. And yes. And now, see, this goes back to we all look alike, because I was going to say, you should at least assume a black man is 6'10". Just
he got to do something. He got to do something.
They don't even let us be regular at 6'10".
No, bruh. We not going. Oh, I was about to make it real uncomfortable out here. Start using that P word out here, plantation. But I am happy that he went forward with this, and it's not just a player that they're treating like this. It's a front office general manager. He's the general manager, and they treating him like this. So I'm glad he went forward with it.
My man was in Miami. He was down there thinking he was, I'm in Saks. I'm the GM of the Wizards now. I can spend a couple of my dollars in here with these people.
I got a lot of dollars, and a lot of couples.
Exactly. I could rub a couple pennies together. And sure enough, nope. Y'all couldn't let the man shop. It was when is enough, man? It'll never be enough. This is what y'all gonna do, and me and Reggie just gonna continue to report on it. But the NBA needs to do something because this happens a lot, and I don't think that people a lot of time take into consideration. It's only 400 basketball players. It's not that many people that work for this league.
Yeah, it's 450, right? 15 times 30
Yeah.
teams, or 32 times.
Some
15?
executives, some coaches, and how and why. Well, we know how and we know why. You know what?
But moving on, man. Moving on. So, we're in the finals. Right now is currently 86-67. Boston is up in the fourth quarter by 19. They have led throughout the entire game. Wow, PJ Washington just tackled Jason Tatum. They are coming off the heels of. They are up 3-1, but they are coming off the heels of getting blown out by Dallas by 50. And it was a closeout game where Boston was supposed to go to Dallas and close them out. And the Celtics fans were there in full force. And while they were getting beat up on the court, they were getting beat up in the stands. And they were fighting everybody in Dallas and acting like Boston fans. We know who they are, and we know and hate. Oh man, they got Buddy. Over there.
That Boston gonna Boston for sure. If they gonna do anything, they gonna find a way to embarrass themselves.
There's also a lot of white, and Boston got a lot of white privilege because the police is there, and he's still swinging, and he's swinging on this old drunk dude.
Yeah, I assume everybody to be drunk.
Now the black guy trying to fight the black guy. No, the black guy was trying to help you out. Meanwhile, they on the court getting beat by 50. They got 50.
Beat in the stands, beat on the floor, but whooped. He punched him right in the ball spot. That's messed up. Don't hit me.
So the thing about Game 4 was Kyrie, Game 3 and 4, Kyrie finally got in his bag, and he played really, really well. And JJ Redick called Kyrie an ethical scorer. And I'm telling y'all now, I'm stealing this term. Kyrie doesn't flop. He doesn't go out there and foul bait. And this was definitely a shot at Luka, who basically lost them Game 3. You can say what you want. Luka basically lost them Game 3. And to get called an ethical scorer is probably the greatest compliment you can get in today's NBA.
That's a very nice way of saying you're not a sucker.
Yep. The Duke way of saying you're not a sucker.
And he is. Kyrie's just a basketball player, man. He just wants to go out there and hoop. No matter what happens, he want to give him everything he got, and he's a wizard. Kyrie is a wizard. He is the head coach. He is the head coach of the Hogwarts basketball team, as far as I'm concerned.
Look at that with the headlines on, with the headlines. Yo, I do it.
Sam Hauser did not deserve that.
Well, I mean, he about to get a ring, so it is what it is. Now, I will say, Celtics legend Bob Cousy says that the Celtics have exposed Kyrie Irving as not quite a superstar. He's working his ass off, and they're still stopping most of his stuff. He's no longer in the superstar category. You got to function in the playoffs to determine where you are in the hierarchy.
Bob Cousy. We'd be bumping for you when you said that you be playing against plumbers and real estate agents and ditch diggers and bus drivers,
vacuum
and mechanics. Bob Cousy.
You played against 11 teams.
Hey, big dog. With all respect, Boy, if you don't shut the fuck up talking to Kyrie, I seen you dribble with that one hand. That one hand. I'm gonna tell you right now. Kyrie would shake the jersey off of you. You'll quit basketball. You'll do. See, that's the reason Kyrie will make you quit. You, respect to you, Hall of Fame career. You don't want to see Kyrie on his worst day.
Well, I don't think he.
And I don't
think he was saying he was better than Bob Cousy, better than Kyrie. He was saying that the Celtics have made it difficult for Kyrie to be considered a superstar. I don't think Kyrie's considered a superstar anymore because of everything. Not just because of the Celtics. I would say he's wrong about the Celtics did it. I would say Kyrie did it to himself with everything going on off the court. So he's not a superstar. I agree with that yet anymore. He could be next year. He was almost there. If they won this championship, he would go right back to being a superstar.
Exactly.
He's not.
Whoa. We moving too fast. If Kyrie and Luka win this championship, there's no way you're not calling him a superstar. Kyrie is universally respected by every player in the NBA as being the most talented player that they've played against. Now, superstardom, I guess, are you considering that popularity?
I mean,
but if you're anything outside of popularity, there are not that many people that other humans who play in the NBA think are better than Kyrie.
That don't make you a superstar, though. Now, you talking about respect and talent, but he's
okay.
not.
So he's talking about on the floor. Now, if you're talking about off the floor popularity, cool story. Then yeah, he might not be an off the floor superstar. But if you're talking about a person who is a superstar at their job of playing basketball,
I think you're talking about he's really talented. I'm saying I kind of agree with Bob Cousy that Kyrie's not a superstar. Not right now.
Why
if
not?
He would have won, he would
not?
be. He's not a superstar. He's not. Well, one, he said you got to function in the playoffs, where against the Celtics outside of Game 4, he disappeared, right? Nope.
So is Jason Tatum a superstar?
No. No.
So it's no superstars in the finals then. Or who is the superstar in the finals?
Luka.
That's it. So the Celtics don't have a superstar.
No. Do you consider any of the Celtics superstar? We already say Tatum can't take the step. The Celtics have a really, really, really. The Celtics have the Detroit Pistons on steroids. They have a really good team, but they ain't got no superstars. Jaylen Brown is the highest paid player in the league, but nobody considers him a superstar. Nobody.
I do.
You because he's the highest paid player in the league. That's why you consider a superstar.
No, I've always felt that Jaylen Brown.
He couldn't dribble with his left last year.
I don't care about that. I don't care. He can't dribble with his left.
You just lamented Bob Cousy for dribbling with one hand 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but the other part is Jaylen Brown will dunk the ball on Bob Cousy's whole family. He'll ruin your lineage. What are you talking about? Locked up, strapped.
Bro, Kyrie is not a superstar, dog. You don't think of Kyrie. He's not even on the USA team, is he? Wow.
Okay, Drew Holiday is. That don't mean that it's right. Yes.
We'll just agree to disagree. We'll agree to disagree. I don't believe Kyrie is a superstar.
Are you picking Drew Holiday over Kyrie Irving?
For defense? Yeah.
No. If you have to make, all right, we got a point guard, and I have two available options: Drew Holiday or Kyrie Irving, and we're going to play against the world. Who you picking?
Depends on who else is on my team. The USA team is picked.
No.
You can't say they're gonna pick the 10 best players.
Whoa, it could be Jesus of Nazareth on the damn team. I'm picking Kyrie Irving 100% of the time instead of Drew Holiday. We get crazy out here. We are saying anything. The man is the greatest dribbler of the ball ever. He just hit a shot, a left hand shot, and now y'all talking about he's not a superstar, man.
I think you're getting lost in your emotions, but we'll keep it moving.
Lost in logic. Lost in logic.
Emotion. We did have a question from the chat. Who is the Finals MVP? Because it looks like Boston, they're up 21. They have.
You want to know the answer? You want to know the answer?
Brown? Drew Holiday?
No. Y'all want to know the answer? No, wrong again. Tell me when you're ready. I give you the answer.
Go ahead.
Brad Stevens.
They're not gonna. Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you. No. I'm gonna tell you why Brad Stevens is. Brad Stevens fired himself from the head coach position. He said, "Oh no, this ain't it for me. I can't do it." Found one coach. That coach was canoodling. Then he found the next coach, which is, I would say, almost more difficult because you had time to identify the first guy. This is my guy. Then you lost him to something that was completely out of your control. You pick the next guy who he's going to be. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the youngest guy to ever win NBA championship. He wasn't the next guy in line. And you went with a guy. And I mean, let's be real here. Joe Mazzulla is mercurial, to say the least. Then you put together this team. He is the MVP, Finals MVP. Done and done.
So what player
Reggie's
is going to win the MVP?
Highly unimpressed with my
What
opinion.
player is going to win the MVP?
No, give it to all of them.
Not answer the question.
Give it to the city of Boston. Give it to Tom Brady.
So right now it seems that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going for it. They are shooting every shot. These two for the MVP. I just saw them shoot the last 6 shots for Boston. Jaylen Brown just went 1-on-3 fast break. I just saw it.
They playing horse. They playing horse for. Hey, bro, whoever win. And they wanted to give it to Kristaps so bad. Boy, if they could have found a way to give it to Porzingis, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, it's Boston. I think we might have an Andre Iguodala Finals MVP. They're gonna give it to Drew. They may get because Drew was cooking this game. He won them 2 games, low key. Drew Holiday won them 2 games, 2 out of the 4.
And Embiid asked, "Hey, did they
look
give
at
him
that?
a
Look at
championship?"
that! He just got a rebound steal again.
And somewhere Embiid is looking at
Giannis.
At Dame like. Yes. Giannis is looking at Dame like, did I make a mistake?
Yes. You fool. We've been told you fired the coach. You traded Drew. You said he ain't no
man. Self-destruction. Keep players out of personnel. When you start letting players coach, that's when your team is headed down.
Yep. So we know that Boston is going to win. They are now going to be the topic of the offseason because you've got to pay Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown is already the highest paid player. You got to pay Tatum. I mean, you would love to keep Al Horford, but in the grand scheme of things, for the first time in NBA history, because the finals has started so late and there's also a new rule in the look at Jason Tatum just went 1-on-4 again. There's a new rule this year. Basically, as soon as the finals are over, teams can negotiate with their own free agents. So if the finals ended tonight, according to Windhorst, we will start seeing contracts as early as tomorrow. This is a page out of the NFL playbook if I've ever seen it. The NFL is, marketing-wise, is genius on the level of Apple. They are always going to be, wow, they broke out the Jason Tatum is the Luka and Kyrie stepbrothers picture. The NFL marketing is always going to be talking about something, from the draft to free agency to offseason to OTAs to tampering they're always going to be on your screen. Now the NBA
started earlier
is starting to do the same thing.
Yeah.
How you feel about this? I'm like a weak relief, to tell you the truth.
We are sports nerds. I am never not going to be excited for. I mean, y'all. In many cases, the off season is really like the meat and potatoes of the. A lot of times, the most fun, the speculation. Where do you think this is going to go? What does this mean for the draft? And we know what's going to happen right now. As soon as this game is over, the Lakers are going to get down on their knees and be begging, baby, I'm begging, baby, I'm begging. Hey, King, LeBron, please come back. Please come back. Please come back. Cavs, they going to be on the phone. Donovan Mitchell, please, what can we do? Holla. That's what they're about to do. And you see that, you see that right on time. The Cavs are like, oh, Donovan Mitchell doesn't want Jared Allen traded. Maybe they hold on to him. Clay has already unfollowed the Warriors. And then, this is
Clay old petty self, man. Oh yeah, they about to get.
He playing the game, man.
They about to get MVP to Drew. They profiling him. What's interesting about this free agency and what's gonna go on here is you have the 76ers and Embiid is literally tampering in the pregame and postgame as he hosts.
Can I make a joke here?
Finals. Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Play. Are you gonna play the video?
Oh, I can. Yeah. Here you go.
Great fans, they got some great players, but he hurts me a lot. So hopefully, this offseason we find a way to get better and, add some pieces
I mean, just smooth tampering.
But this is the thing. Happy, number one, that he looks like he's healed all the way up. But I don't know if your eye moving because I don't know if your eye moving because of Bell's palsy, or I don't know if your eye moving because you want Paul George. I don't know.
That ain't no Bell palsy. That's what I blame it on, though.
I do not know what's going on with you, man. I don't trust you. Got lying eyes, Embiid. I sat here for months, not months, but definitely weeks, speculating on what was going on with your eyes. So no, I don't know if you was trying to coerce him or if your bells was flaring.
So you got Embiid. I did see a tweet and a story that the Atlanta Hawks are going to aggressively pursue Lauri Markkanen. So they compare Lowry with Jalen and trade DeJounte, whoever's there, and move on.
Let me tell you what you can't do. You can't send Trey to Utah. Him and John Collins will surely kill each other. You back?
Saw another tweet where they bring John Collins back
to Utah.
I said that just to make you angry.
Funny story. What do we need? We need a guy who is a solid tweener who can play the 5 sometimes and play the 4 sometimes.
Now Luka hurt. Mm-hmm.
Funny story. Just the thing that you need. You gave away for absolutely nothing. You got nothing in return. And now you need him. Because if you had John Collins, you could afford to get rid of Capella and or Okongwu. But now, nothing.
The Capella's probably out of there. So I'm interested to see how this offseason plays out. The Knicks are a team to watch out for. We don't know what's happening with the Hawks. The Lakers are a team to watch out for. Cleveland.
Now I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. One thing.
Stop sending black men to Utah.
Fair, I agree there. But the thing to watch out is we kind of got something is telling me that the Knicks are going to feel like they're overly confident with what they have, not make enough moves. I think the Knicks have the potential to cowboy themselves. Think that they're close enough with what they got, not make any moves, and then go into next season.
Man, they better make a move. They better not pay Hartenstein $100-something million.
Oh, you're crazy. Hartenstein is worth it. Let me help y'all out. For y'all who don't know. A bench player, your 6th, 7th man is going to cost somewhere between $18 to $25 million. That's what he's going to cost. Isaiah Hartenstein is a guy who clearly can start at the 5, Mitchell Robinson did not play large chunks of this season. Hartenstein was the 5 for the Knicks. He can rim protect, and he can pass the ball just enough to the short roller. You can pick and roll. You can do everything with him. If you don't, I'm going to tell you, I don't think that he can stay with the Knicks because they're going to offer him maybe 4 years. They're going to offer him the 4 years, $20 million. I think that he can get 4 years, $25 million. And if you find the right team, they might be able to spend more than that. I don't think that the Knicks can afford it. I think if he comes back to the Knicks, that will be because he's doing them a solid.
We could always
But you better strike while I. Hey. Don't Dennis Schroeder yourself. You better get your money, big dog. Don't play with nobody.
Well, with the Knicks, the Knicks really should just go to Detroit and just try to pick that entire roster apart at the 4-5. That's what they need. They need
but
they
they're
get Julius back. You could probably get a cheaper 4-5 from Detroit, and then pair that with some picks with Hartenstein. Get a couple 4 or 4-5s, and then go get another.
Whoa, sneaky. You got a historically hurt center in Mitchell Robinson, and Hartenstein has held you down. He's been a stopgap when you needed to continue to compete.
We on the same page, Sneaky. But hey, man, Hartenstein, black man, go get your money.
Right.
Go get your money. Go get your money, black man.
Do what y'all want to, y'all, man.
But we could stay in this conversation forever. But there are clearly going to be more news coming out within the next week.
He out of New York. I'm telling y'all this right now. Somebody gonna offer him 4 years, $25 million. I don't think the Knicks can pay him. He out of there. And
another person that's out of there is Charles Barkley. On his future as a broadcaster after this entire TNT NBA debacle. He said he's made the decision for himself. No matter what happens, next year is going to be his last year. So Charles Barkley, many people call him the engine of NBA TNT inside the NBA, will be retiring from broadcasting effective after next year. So 2024, 2025 will be his last year.
I'm going to tell y'all like this. Charles is it. Nobody want to sit and watch. Respect to Ernie. Nobody want to sit there and watch Kenny Smith. Shaq is funny-ish, but the best part about Shaq is the banter with Chuck. That's the reason I think that Chuck is the person who set the precedent. And I think this makes it real bad on really everybody at this point. I don't know what they do. This is complete mismanagement of assets. The only people who I've seen who manage assets any worse is the Dallas Cowboys. You had everything. You had it wrapped up. You went undefeated every year, and then somehow you still found a way to trick it off.
Oh, man, that's terrible. Yeah. I mean, the NBA did this. The NBA did this. You should have had a contingency plan in place for Inside the NBA because it is literally your most popular show. Like, it is your most popular show.
And unfortunately, due to the fact that ESPN also mismanaging assets, getting rid of the jump, and that other fucking basketball show never bounced back to anything. We're just eventually, what you're doing is you're opening up the market for all of these individual team podcasts. Shout out to Brad Rowland and Locked On Hawks. That's where people are going to go start listening for basketball because you're not giving a consistent place to get good basketball information and be entertained.
Yep, but we'll see how it plays out. I mean, all good things come to an end. Salute, Chuck. You know, this is going to make
job well done.
This will make next year probably the highest rated basketball. They're definitely going to win an Emmy. They may win all the Emmys next year because everybody's going to watch because it's the end of it.
Go ahead, put him back in the Hall of Fame. Put Shaq back in the Hall of Fame. Put Kenny back in the Hall of Fame. Put Chuck back in the Hall of Fame. Put Ernie back in the Hall of Fame.
Ernie's in
for their. No, I didn't know that. He in the Naismith Hall of Fame?
They gave. You remember they announced it? They announced it on. camera.
You're right. Yeah, but drop them back in the Hall of Fame as media members.
Yep. So
and do it now. Don't wait for but don't wait for them. You know, God forbid, knock on wood and all of this. They ain't the youngest people. Let them smell their flowers and let us thank them while they're still in good health and of sound mind. Do not wait 15 years. Oh, we should have been. No, do it right now. You already blew it. The least you could do is, let these people. I damn near say do it next year.
Yep. Classy move by Kyrie. Looks like Boston is closing out. 2 minutes left. They're up by 21, 106-85. Jason Kidd is taking Kyrie and Luka out. Kyrie gets goes and daps up the entire Boston bench and everybody walking, and they actually give him a round of applause. So classy move by Kyrie. I didn't expect Boston to be classy at all. But
there's somebody in there calling him a you-know-what.
Naysayer. Hey, y'all told y'all we got the words now. I heard while we was out on Father's Day, I heard somebody say naysayer, and I looked at him like, y'all know that's not y'all word no more. It's ours. It's gone. You can't say it. Out of there. Let's get to the draft real quick.
No, Lord. This is a
the preface of this is for those listening. The Atlanta Hawks. News has come out that the Hawks are actually probably going to stick with the number 1 pick and pick between Alex Sarr and the other French player.
Zachary Rizarche.
Him. The only way that they would trade down is if San Antonio, who's really big on Zachary Rizarche, would trade the 4 and the 8 along with a player to get to the number 1 pick. And then if that were to happen, we are linked to this man, Donovan Clingan, the 7'2", 2-time national championship center, who is a great rim protector and can shoot the 3, modern day center out of UConn. The thing is, the OKC Thunder are looking to trade up for Donovan Clingan at the 5 and pair him with Chet, who is 7'2" at the 4, with Jalen and Shai, who are 6'5" and 6'8", along with Lou Dort, the pit bull, at the 2. This would be crazy. Josh Giddey's out of there.
I find a way to get Lou Dort, respect, big respect, but it's no way I'm keeping Giddey. Every time that I see this printed, it makes me mad. With that said, because at least we're gonna try it for at least 1 year. Giddey got to be on a restricted free agent. It's no way that this has got Josh Giddey, end all be all. We're gonna run it one time with Clingan at the 5, Chet at the 4. Jalen Williams at the 3, Giddey at the 2, and Shea at the 1. And Lou Dort, let me help you out. We're going to sew you up for your first 6 Man of the Year award. And if we can't get it done, then maybe we go in a different direction. Oh, no. They have next year, they only pay him $8 million. And then the year after that, all you got to do is give him a qualifying offer of $11 million. Oh, no. We're going to run this as is, just like this.
That's a scary combination. So if it happens, man, the Hawks, this is an interesting draft. This draft is close. You know how the news goes with the drafts. The closer you get, the more rumors come out, the more interest it gauges. So we'll wait to see what the Hawks do. It's looking like they're going to take Sarr and put him at the 5. So if they take Sarr and put him at the 5, then they're probably going to move somebody. So I can't wait. And again, as we said before, the news starts, the free agency starts literally tonight in 38.9 seconds. So shout out to that. Hey, man.
LeBron phone on fire.
Oh, yeah. It's like 0 dark 30. Speaking of LeBron, the USA basketball under 17 team training camp roster features LeBron's son Bryce, who's 6'5", features Carmelo's son Cayenne, who's 6'6", the Boozer brothers, as well as Gilbert Arenas' son, all there.
Who's also a killer.
Gilbert Arenas' son, low-key, may be the best one on here. Cayenne Anthony has the greenest light I've ever seen. He shot 39 shots in the scrimmage. Everybody else was like 4 of 8.
You know my dad is. That's what we do around here. I'm gonna tell y'all, to the children and the young guys listening to our podcast, hey, stay in school, go to class, get your education, learn your books, get you a good degree, because them NBA jobs not available. These guys, you're starting to compete against second generation legacies who are coming in with
cooking.
with every like, this is not really fair anymore. So you have parents who are going to literally be able to tell you everything. Like, all of these guys in their own way are basketball geniuses. So you have the DNA of a basketball genius. You have the size and speed, and you have all the money that you need to get all the training, nutrition, everything that you need. And it's 400 of these jobs. And these five kids we just talked about, they're going to take 5 of those jobs. So for the rest of y'all, stay in school, man. You're going to be going pro in something else.
Yeah, because these dudes got DNA on their side now.
DNA, no. And my dad is Gilbert Agent Zero Arenas. There is nobody who can tell you what it takes to really be an elite killer, shooter, scorer. LeBron, Boozer, Anthony, man.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And the different part of that is you have to deal with international players. So you have international players, but you also have the ability, if you may not make it pro, but you have the ability to build your brand now. So you may not make it pro, you may go pro in something else, but you can still make some money while you're still playing.
He's gonna be a warrior.
Kisei Tamanaga is what I know him as. Signed the Curry brand. He was a Nebraska star guard. He signed a multi-year shoe deal. He shot 40% from 3 last year. This was the viral moment when he was cooking Indiana in the Big Ten tournament and hit the shot and ran down the court and actually led them to the Big Ten
I'm going to tell y'all right now, he is going to be a warrior. Is no way that they're going to, because he can shoot it. And the one thing is, if you can shoot it, they will find a way to get you open.
Boy, he cooking.
And he has the confidence, and he gonna shoot it and not miss. He out there looking like Ichiro with a basketball away, and he's a lefty. That's crazy. Look, dribble, look around. The confidence is what it is for me. Ooh. Bam, no looker. Yeah, I'm gonna kill y'all, boy. Steve Kerr finna have him run double drag. Hey, just shoot it. Just shoot it.
Yeah, man. So congrats to him. We did want to highlight that because look, man, y'all got to get y'all money. Everybody else know Nebraska made a lot of money off of him. So I'm glad he signed that shoe deal. But look, we're gonna take about 5 minutes. I'm sorry, we're gonna take about 2 minutes because go ahead.
Yeah. One more thing I wanted to say though about Chuck, and I want to know what you thought about this. Chuck says next season his last season. Do you think that affects the Warriors in any way?
They try to replace Chuck with Draymond? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're at a crossroads with Draymond anyway. But if they do that, I mean, they got to go get somebody now. They got to go get somebody to play that enforcer role. Or you got to keep Kevon Looney. Like, you got to do something to have somebody. Their offense, the Warriors' offense, has to run that way. It can't run any other way. They got to replace Clay.
They're not an ISO team, but that was the one thing that I was thinking about. I was like, damn, Chuck has already said this, and like him or don't like him, Draymond is the new Chuck. Is for all intents and purposes. He has that ability to kind of push a show along. He can be the guy that can, number one, talk the sport, but also still have the ability to entertain at a high level. And I'm sure that Draymond, he said it. This train is going to come to an end here soon, very soon. Clay and what's ever going on with them, I could just see next year being Draymond's last year and him being like, oh, I'll give me the Chuck seat.
Yeah, get out there. He need to go. He need to go. I mean, he need to go. He need to go. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, I'm ready for to put my boy out there pasture.
Man, Draymond. Oh, shout out to Al Horford. Got his ring. I am happy for that. I'm sure my sister is going crazy right now. I have to get her a championship hat for her birthday in October. I know she's looking for it. Oh, that's a guy, Sham guy. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, give us about 2 minutes. We'll be right back with our football segment. Round things out. People just throwing money everywhere to all of the people that don't deserve it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Coaches are having meltdowns, cussing out black women. And Notre Dame, low key, is cooking. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Like, follow, subscribe.
Dreaming.
Baby, we can do it. Take your time, do it right. I was hearing melodies and rhythms through the night. This was a dream, it felt real like a fight. What made it realer, Jay Dilla was there in the light. A movement was happening, Ace Brown was rapping, and Cool G and Polo talking about they back again. I seen Prince, he was time traveling through the Morris days and Gladys nights. Sheila E. reminded me about the glamorous life. Ali was telling me why he had to fight. The struggle he never left so we could have our rights. Biggie and Prodigy told me to grab the mic. I was shook. Now ain't no such thing, cause when I touch dreams, they become things. As the sun beam, I seen queens like Latifah, Shaka, as I daydream with Aretha. Dream. I was talking to Dr. King. He told me to dream in ways that the prophets dream, like the one he had when nobody could wake him, or Nelson Mandela when prison couldn't break him. Malcolm was in the window. He said, "Assalamu alaikum." Told Barack to rock the nation again. He got my nomination. The population in prison was labeled as forgiven. This was a God dream. Hip hop was our religion. Stevie's vision, the ribbons in the sky. It's the good life we was living in the shy. Seen True Boy the Dove. He began to fly. Told him Paz and Mace, they lock will never die. Me and Yasin was holding rappers at bay. 1-2 checking niggas like back in the day. That's when Dr. Angelo told me I should sing a cage bird with brave words for higher things. I got wings. Daydreaming and I'm thinking of you. I was sitting by myself, that's what drinking to do. I was nice as I escaped the mean world. I'm telling you, you the supreme dream girl. If I could interpret the way Joseph did dreams, then everyone would be as close as it seems. Whether I'm with a woman or a microphone, Adelaide told me to dream.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 156 of the Splash Cast Monday Night Raw, our football segment. Again, before we get started, shout out to the Boston Celtics. They have clinched the NBA championship for the 2024 season by beating Luka. I will say there was a missed opportunity. I am super petty, and y'all can say I don't like Luka. It is what it is. Luka has a tendency when he wins to go up to the opposing player and look at him in the face and laugh at him. I'd have done that the whole fourth quarter, at least the last 5 minutes. Ooh, and they took him out with 3 minutes left. I'd have done it because you can't. I don't believe in showing people. I believe in showing people the same type of courtesy that you showed me.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah, and don't be a poor sport either. But in football, man, we got a few things we're going to talk about, man. Ryan Day allegedly went full Lou Holtz. For those that know about that reference, you got to be a real football fan to know about Lou Holtz. He used to go crazy. Lou Holtz at Notre Dame and South Carolina used to berate people with his dentures. Ohio State's Ryan Day allegedly went insane on assistant AD athletic director Aaron Dunston when she left Ohio State to become Michigan's director of operations, as if this rivalry didn't need any more fuel. They received multiple calls. Sources received multiple calls saying he was told that day, that he cussed her out and had her escorted from the building by campus security after she informed him that she was accepting the job and accused her of being a mole or a rat. That's ugly.
I mean, this is par for the course. People haven't been paying a ton of attention, but minus those Urban Meyer championships, Ryan Day's time in Columbus has been less than stellar. And he continues to flirt with a line. You mess around, you're gonna be fired, bro. She's gonna have moved on to a new job with somebody else, and you're gonna be unemployed. You'll be coaching in Illinois, Bucko. You better talk to her nice. She might be hiring. You might need her as a reference.
She may be the one to get you fired. They may try to beat y'all by 100 next year. Because one thing Michigan does that Ohio State doesn't do, even though they can do it, Michigan plays power football. Michigan plays power football, and when there's a talent disparity, because in all honesty, Michigan is going to take a few steps back because of Harbaugh leaving.
Blake Corum, J.J. McCarthy, across the board, they lost it.
They lost a lot of players, but when you can run the ball like they can and you can maul people, that's how you beat Ohio State. Georgia beat Ohio State by a fluke. We outscored them. Normally, we don't really like doing that. We lose the games. We try to outscore you. So, but Ryan Day has been, remember, when he took over for Urban, he was also involved in that scandal where he lied and said that X, Y, and Z in that whole case. So, Ryan Day, to me, is poor man's Mark Richt. Mark Richt had the same thing, over-talented roster, but could never get the job done. But Ryan Day is less, he's not more of a people person. Mark Richt at least was a people person. He kept he kept talking, like he prayed for you, do all that stuff. His thing was, I'm going to turn out good men. That's what he was saying. Yep. Ryan Day, you don't hear nothing good about what he does about his players. C.J. Stroud ain't mentioned him yet. He in year 2. Nobody cared that. He ain't said nothing about
Mind you, you did see what's his name? Penix. Penix made his way all the way over to Tuscaloosa to talk about his coach. And I was like, wow, I didn't really expect that. Penix got enough going on, but he was like, nah, he went over there and spread the gospel. You're right. The Ohio State kids are saying, be safe.
Yeah, you see, and I did a little investigating. Ohio State's entire, is it Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown got MVP. and he's crying.
I mean, a sidebar. I'm really happy for him. He went through a lot where everybody continuously, oh, is he too smart? Which is the dumbest fucking thing.
Too smart, no left hand, and doesn't deserve the contract he got. Crazy. You're right. And apparently that tweet is real. About they told him 10 years ago that he would be in jail.
Yeah.
His teacher told him, "Welcome to the South." Shout out to Jaylen Brown, man. Look, and quietly as kept, he's up there creating Black Wall Street in Boston. He said at his press conference, "That's what I'm gonna do," and he's doing it. So shout out to Jaylen. And now I'm telling y'all, I said it. I said it. We'll get back to football in a second. I said it, and folks text me. I ain't gonna put y'all on blast, but I screenshotted the text. I'm gonna try to keep them for as long as I can. I said this may be the best duo of homegrown players, like not put together, since they remind me of Jordan and Pippen. Not saying they are Jordan and Pippen or they're good as Jordan and Pippen, but the way they feed off of each other. Jaylen Brown has passed with getting the MVP. Has passed Tatum. He's past Tatum.
Now,
I'm
happy
that
that
option, and he is Jordan, and Tatum might be Pippen.
I'm going to extend my right hand, do this, and I'm going to pat myself on the back. Because when I told y'all that Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum, y'all told me I was smoking crack.
He wasn't when you said it. He had no left hand. But Jason Tatum decided to shoot all hard shots, all fadeaway threes, and not get better. And Jaylen Brown got better, and he passed him. Jason Tatum got to figure out how to take better shots.
I mean, now I don't really know what to say because my answer is they still need a point guard, but I guess they don't.
They got Drew.
This team could.
they got Andre Iguodala, Drew Holiday. That's who he is.
Okay, and I guess at this point we're kind of, whatever we say is whatever we say, but the answer is long term. I don't know, man. I
go get DeJounte Murray is the answer. All right, y'all. So for football, Ryan Day's an asshole. Notre Dame has signed Jerome Bettis' son, Plaxico Burr's son, and Ike Taylor's son. If you remember, they all played in Pittsburgh together. All their sons are now going to Notre Dame to play for that black coach. Shout out to them. Football wise, we'll get back now. NFL, we got to come back to NFL because there's money. But let's talk about this basketball real quick. The finals is over. The finals are over. I'll cut this off and make this his own entity if I have to. Al Horford got his ring. He's happy. Everybody up there crying. They all up there crying. Jalen crying. Al crying. Jason crying. The only one not crying is Drew Holiday because he's like, I've been here. Porzingis chilling too. Hey, did you mute yourself?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy for Al, man. He deserved it. And you can get him out of the John Stockton, Karl Malone conversation, which is a bad
Nobody who wants to be in the Karl Malone conversation. Let me tell you.
Get on out of there, man.
So the Celtics got one, man. They got one, number 18. But they are set up they've got everybody on the contract, really. I mean, they've got, except for Tatum.
Well, there's no negotiation now. Is there?
Everybody else in the contract. You want
do you
$380 million or whatever you want.
So the question is, because he would make, do you give him the Jaylen Brown contract?
You have to. or lower.
But I'm saying like
you have to. They're gonna be right there. You can't. This is the difference between Jordan and Scottie. Ain't no real clear cut number one.
That's the reason I'm saying that. I mean, did he lose some money?
Yes. If he won MVP, then you were up the creek. Now you got a little bit of breathing room. There's gonna be some tough negotiations. But, I mean, you could always do an escalating contract, too, because he's, only 24, 25, 26? So he's got another 5-6 years. Man, now they're interviewing Drew. You know they had to interview Drew because he was really the most valuable player of this to me. He made all the right plays, and he broke down Dallas' defense. And, Luka, you and y'all keep talking about all these players from Europe coming over here. These new players from Europe are in shape. We've seen Alex Sarr run. We've seen Klingon run. The only one that can't run is Zach Edey. Y'all need to go get in shape. You and Joker need to go get in shape right now. In shape Luka is probably the scariest person in the league. Because out of shape Luka is the scariest person in the league.
And I want to, like, I know that everybody's about to jump on Luka right now. Stomp him out. Give him the same time, give him the same opportunity to experience loss, just like the Celtics did, and then let's rehash this in a few years. I think that's only fair.
Rehash what?
Because I mean, because now they're gonna be like, oh, he doesn't have it, all of this. They're gonna do the same thing that they did with Tatum and Jaylen Brown until today.
I think it'll be a different conversation though. Because Luka, on the court wise, there was nothing skill wise. You can't have the conversation you had with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. He had 2 30-point triple doubles in a row, and they lost. The difference with Luka is even his own people from his own country that were there to watch him play were telling him, shut the hell up. You cry too much. All this crying, begging for fouls and all that stuff. We saw it in game 4. When Luka just go out there and play, they win by 50. Or they in the game. Or when he decides to stop crying, they come back from a 30-point game deficit and lose by 3.
You're right.
Luka got to be quiet. This is not you can't and I keep telling people about referees. Referees have a union. They are a team. You are not going to be able to criticize one referee and cuss him out and all of that stuff and expect to get superstar call. It's not going to happen. Every player had to conform to the refs outside of maybe LeBron and Jordan. Every single one.
The refs be on trash though.
Nah,
Scott Foster be on trash.
Not this series. This all Luka. There's no excuse for the way he was acting.
Yeah.
Now, and even Allen Iverson had to say, you know, all right, now y'all got to chill out. Like, and they was like, nah, you was cussing us all out. We're gonna call Kerry every time now. Like, you can't. You have to. It's ironic that the rules of corporate America are now coming into basketball. You still have to govern yourself accordingly to the ones that are in positions of power. You may be the star, but the refs got the whistle, and you fouled out for the first time ever. Yeah, cut that one. But outside of that, now we said there's a villain origin story. If there's ever for Caitlin Clark, if there's ever a male Caitlin Clark that has a villain origin story, it's gonna be Luka. I don't know your middle name, Doncic, because he gonna come back next year. I don't know if
couldn't pronounce it if you knew what it was.
Nope, he might not come back in shape. He might not come back. I'm telling y'all now the Olympics gonna be something interesting. Because he gonna try to set the world on fire in the Olympics.
Yeah, you might as well sit there Olympics out. Don't even waste.
Why? He got a little bit of rest. It ain't till August. They done. He can go get in shape for a month.
Hey, sometimes when people just you know it's like when somebody finna get their ass whooped at work and they tell you, hey bro, you probably didn't want to go to work today. Don't go. Do not go. Yeah. And you have to understand all those Olympic guys, this is their last Olympics. It's KD's last Olympics. LeBron's last Olympics. Steph's only Olympics. They are there to do one thing and
Only?
one thing only.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
For who? For the world. That's who it's unfortunate for. Thoughts and prayers to y'all in advance. It's going to be very, very bad. And the only thing y'all can do is do what you can.
Oh, Jason Tatum got a player option.
Not picking that up.
Yeah. He's out of there. And he making 34 mil. Yeah, you're going to have to give him all the money.
Hey, we're going to get this is what we're going to do. We're going to copy and paste Jalen's contract. We're going to take everywhere where you see his name. We're going to delete it and put your name. How does that sound?
Like $700 million. That don't change nothing. That just means you still got to cut a bunch of people.
It would make me highly uncomfortable to have. I never, whoo, boy, have to cut a check like that. No, thank you. Well, I guess that's a good problem to have, but it will make me uncomfortable for sure.
But it works.
Somebody else do that.
But I need Jason Tatum to get better shot selection. He was going for the MVP and was bricking the whole fourth quarter.
That's the part about their team that, I mean, I can't say anything because you just won a championship, but I also believe that you need a guy who you need a guy who helps Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's job be easier, and I don't see that.
DeJounte is one. DeJounte Murray may be the missing piece to a lot of teams' championship window. Boston would get better with DeJounte, although, I mean, it's hard to – Drew just does everything. So it's hard to replace Drew. DeJounte in Miami is crazy. DeJounte in Minnesota is insane. With that defense, with him and McDaniels and Rudy and whoever at the 4, because they can't be Cat, they're Nas Reed at the 4, they're crazy. DeJounte going to any playoff contender is a scary, scary proposition.
Yo, LeBron almost pulled off the heist of all heists. He almost had DeJounte Murray on the line for Rui Hashimashita and Austin Reeves.
So we just
I said his name wrong on purpose.
You look like Mowgli too.
Be better. Yeah. Mowgli looking boy.
And you say he had it on the line. I mean, it's still there. He can still go get him. They can still go trade for him.
I was talking to my dad about this today, man. If they do that, I'm done. I'll be like, I don't want. The Hawks are pushing me to want to quit them. I don't want to quit my team. I really actually enjoy like being a Hawks fan. I truly do. But the amount of stupidity that goes with it, when is enough, man? God damn. They really one of them teams that really like just worry you down to where you like, man, bruh, just leave me, let me be.
We'll see, man. We'll see. You want to get back into football? Because now they doing all the profile. I can't believe, boy. Before we get back to football, I'm gonna send thoughts and prayers to my homie Kev. Because in back-to-back years, they drafted Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons, if I'm not mistaken, instead of getting Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum to pair with Embiid Olajuwon.
See, that's the one little bit of saving grace that I have. We got rid of Luka, but he ain't got a championship yet. You just saw the process be worked instead of working.
The process worked. The process actually worked, and it was right there. You ain't sealed the deal. Went home dry.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, thank you guys.
Football.
That boy Ray said dry. It's a long ride home, boy. Let me tell you.
The Harvard is a long walk home.
I ain't never. That's where you delete the number in the car.
On the way back. Be like, what? I was over there. Never mind. You know what?
And,
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to
you,
football.
They text you the next day.
You be right back over there. Yeah,
Not me.
You
I'm
better-
less than Val's son. I'll
I'm
be
right
like,
there.
you want to know me? Who this? I
Come
know
on
who it
over.
is.
I'll
Who
be right
this?
back. I'll be right back. But I was a little more blunt on the second round. Like, hey. Now.
It ain't no second round. It ain't no. What are you talking to me for? You, especially because you stayed up all night, and I stayed up all night for this.
It's funny because I know who you're talking about. Football.
Oh no, this is just life. That's just how life.
I know, and there's a few examples of life that you talk about. I know who you talking about.
3.
But look, back to football. So
49
shout out
in
to the
the morning.
Celtics. But we get.
Why am I still awake? I could have been asleep. I could have been asleep.
Stop it,
in my bed. Now you just sitting there thinking about how much you hate this woman. You know what? I could have kept my ass at home. I could have been asleep. And it don't never be like a Saturday night. So it's like, okay, I just go home and lay down the next day. Nah, it's a Tuesday. And you knew you had no business being out in the first place.
Yeah, you played yourself.
And that's the reason I never
And
let
then
you
you-
play me again.
Because
Fooled me once, can't be fooled
there's
again.
a lot of jokes that I can't make. But let's get back to football. Trevor Lawrence signed a 5-year, $275 million.
Speaking of jokes.
$55 million a year with $142 million guaranteed. $142 million guaranteed is 29 million, 28, 27, somewhere in there. So he basically gets half of the $55 million a year tag guaranteed, and everything else is incentive based. I
This is
actually
dumb.
don't dislike that, because 5 years 142 is different from 5 years 275.
This is dumb. Dumb. You just saw what happened.
Dumb did it.
You know it. It's you
28
just saw
million a
happen
year.
with Daniel Dimes. You paid him for what?
Nah, because they win a playoff game.
And is that what one playoff game is worth? See,
Yes.
all this does is this makes me feel way better about Kirk Cousins. It makes me feel way better about Michael Penix Jr. And the really sad part about this is you're paying him to be the third best quarterback in the AFC South, maybe.
No,
Maybe.
third.
Why'd
No.
you see? Might be 4.
And
There-
CJ Stroud.
there-
Who else?
Anthony Richardson.
What has Anthony Richardson done to make you think that he's better than Trevor Lawrence in the NFL or in college?
Nothing. He played well in the games he played, but Trevor Lawrence at $275 million is the issue. This is an
275.
overpay.
It's not 275.
The
It's
142.
142 is not an
Still-
overpay. 142 is not an overpay.
Okay.
Compared to
You're a little
quarterback, compared to everybody else in quarterbacks, 142 guaranteed is not an overpay.
Y'all know I've been tracking this story for a very long time. I'm happy he got paid, and I look forward to seeing how this plays out. This will be just like the Daniel Dimes contract where I said, hey, y'all should probably cut bait with him. Y'all, like, teams are eventually going to have to play hardball back and say, you know what?
And
You
go
shot
get
this
who?
out here.
Who they go get? Dak? That's what I would do. I would trade for Dak. If you talking about cutting bait, there's nobody else, but Dak wants a contract. So there's who are you going to get better than Trevor Lawrence for that team?
How good do you think Trevor Lawrence is going to be? You think Trevor Lawrence is the top 10 quarterback in the NFL?
Who are you going to get better than Trevor Lawrence for that team? You know who did that? You know who was in the same situation that did the same thing? The Atlanta Falcons. They did the same thing. And you praise that. They did the same thing with Matt Ryan. There was nobody else that you could get that was better than Matt Ryan. There was nobody else. There's nobody else.
You can't. But Matt Ryan is a.
Who are you going to go get better than Trevor Lawrence? Who?
You better find somebody because Trevor Lawrence ain't the answer.
Who is the
all
answer?
Them scouts and all that money. You just paid for a guy who's probably going to be not going to be a top 10 quarterback and be lucky to be top 12.
Come on, man. You have the same. Your argument in basketball is the sixth man is going to make $100 and something million. You have to pay the quarterback, no matter if he's mediocre or not. Kirk Cousins ain't really did nothing. We just paid him $100 and something million guaranteed.
Yes, but he's only he is there to legitimize our black quarterback, our black coach. That's a whole different situation. If not for us having a black coach, we would not have paid for Kirk Cousins. But he needs to win the NFC South twice so that he can use his quarterback. That's all it is. Jaguars got a white coach, good white coach that people love. Completely different situation.
First off, people do not love Doug Peterson, or he would have still been in Philly.
There are some people who still support Dougie P for whatever. I mean, but at the end of the day, this is what you're doing. This guy is not your future. He's not going to be a top 10 quarterback. And you're going to look at this and be like, you know what? Some team is going to have to say, no, I'm not paying you all this money.
Is Kirk Cousins our future?
No.
Is he a top 10 quarterback?
No, we don't have the same expectation. We are trying to stabilize a bad team. The Jaguars are a middling team that are trying to become elite. They're not going to get there. Not going to happen. I love it, though. I love this. I told you, I love to see people spend their money because that lets me know what you're finna do. And this team they're about to backtrack just like the New York Giants.
What this does, you're also forgetting the chess part of this. Joe Burrow still got to get paid. That's an AFC team. They got to get paid. Dak Prescott still got to get paid. You got to pay off.
Don't matter.
Yeah, dude, because if you think Trevor Lawrence doesn't deserve this, then that means they think that they deserve more than Trevor Lawrence, which means they're going to have to break the bank for Joe Burrow. They're going to have to break the bank for Dak. Yeah. They're going to have to break the bank for if they're smart, I come in here, CJ, but you can't do it. But
I come in here every week and tell y'all that Dallas has got to be the dumbest organization not paying Dak. And the thing about it is you already saw the original. Dallas is on to the sequel now. And I'm going to tell you, as bad as the Daniel Dimes situation is, they will love nothing more than to have Black Dak.
Where does Justin Herbert fall in all of this?
What I really want to say, I can't say because they don't allow me to say it on publications. But I want everybody to do some homework this week, and I want you to think about the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Oh yeah, the whites is middling now. I know you ain't what I said. I said the blacks is up on quarterbacks now. We done did a whole 180 from 1995. We up. Took us 30 years to get here, but we up, bruh. We are up. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, if I'm one of these guys that are like on the fence, I would go to Minnesota because they're about to start Sam Darnold. Or I would go to Denver because they're about to start Drew Lock. Or I would go to Seattle because I like Geno, but he's on his way out. There's
hold on one second.
Guys to go.
Let me tell you the places where things are stupid.
The whole NFL. It's only 10 good teams.
Now, Los Angeles Rams. Best thing that y'all can do is not turn into the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just hear me out.
Get this guy.
Now that's not a bad that would have been a different situation.
Because now you ain't got to think because McVay do all the thinking for you.
Kingmaker. You're exactly right. That man is a kingmaker. You can clean up whatever that is because he's going to tell you where to throw the ball. Trevor Lawrence and McVay, that's different. Jacksonville, Dougie P, So Los Angeles Rams, Y'all need to find a quarterback because the quarterback you have is old and broken. And if you don't, you'll be middling for a long time. You won't even be middling. You probably will be. You'll be the Steelers of the West. That's exactly who you will be. You'll have a coach that's good enough to figure out a way for you guys to still continuously be okay, but you won't have any type of direction because you won't have a quarterback. The Jets.
Yeah. That's
Hold
another
on.
one.
The Jets, you need to be looking for a quarterback too, because you don't know what his leg is going to look like. I know that everybody is a killer throwing against air, but eventually they're going to try to rip that little foot off. And they know it's loose. They know that foot
Knock
loose
your
now.
foot loose.
So, yeah. The Eagles, it's Jalen Hurts overpaid, but it's not terrible. It's not Kyler Murray. Then you got to look at Trevor Lawrence. Is he better than Jordan Love?
So here's the thing with Trevor Lawrence. No, because it's a good question. It's a good. That's a damn good question. I couldn't think of who the other NFC North team was.
Caleb.
Yeah, no.
And Jared Goff.
I had that. So with
JJ
Green
McCarthy.
Bay,
God.
boy, they cussed him out day one and told him, you know what, Sam Darnold. They said, bro, you threw 10 interceptions in your first practice. 10 against air. He threw 10 interceptions against air.
Butt cheeks.
I told y'all. But so the thing about Trevor Lawrence and Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence gets a lot of slack for how bad. He actually should probably send 15% to Urban Meyer, because Urban Meyer, being such a horrible human being, gave him
a mulligan.
2 years of a mulligan. 2 years, right? Because Doug Peterson had to come in and basically revamp the whole team. So you have that, along with he did come back against the Chargers. And Justin Herbert, who is his and they won that game. He gets a lot of love for, no pun intended, for the fuck ups of everybody else. Excuse my language. Jordan Love, on the other hand, benefits from being with Matt LaFleur, who should be the Falcons head coach, but I will not go down that road again.
And we had about 7 different people who were supposed to be our coach.
All of them are on the team. You realize all of them were on that Super Bowl staff, right? All of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Miami is another one. I like too.
But hold on, wait. We're not done here.
Let me finish my point. So, because you asked me about Jordan, if he's better than Jordan Love.
Because
Jordan Love benefits from having Matt LaFleur and that wide open offense. That offense they got with the Shanahan stuff they got tree. They're going to be good for a long time. I love Caleb. I think Caleb Williams is going to be great. Him and DJ Moore is going to be good. Minnesota, Justin Jefferson. Look, man, enjoy your money. And then you got Detroit. But I think Green Bay may mess around and win that division, because Jordan Love in that offense. I think Trevor Lawrence in that offense. Anybody in that offense would be good. Ooh, San Francisco.
Wait. Thank you. That's next. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy gonna have. You think that he's gonna produce more, and what he's gonna go farther in the playoffs for sure, right?
Brock Purdy's on a better team. I think they would have got there with Brock Purdy or Trevor Lawrence.
Fair, correct, but that's beside the point. Brock Purdy exists as a human. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have a better season than Trevor Lawrence, right?
Well, probably.
Tua, Miami.
I would trade
Waddle.
both of them. All of them could go.
Okay, so I mean, if knock on wood, if Tua stays healthy, the odds are he's gonna have a better season than Trevor Lawrence, just because he has every gun in the artillery, right?
Every bullet in the chamber.
Okay, so Trevor Lawrence still dropping. Kirk Cousins, Atlanta Falcons. It's at least stands a reason Kirk Cousins gonna have a better season than him. Kirk Cousins.
New Orleans. They just got Spencer Rattler, who they allegedly like. New Orleans, that's a place for them to go.
Spencer Rattler was a perfect pickup. They let him drop. Is he the elitist of elite? No, but you got him so low that I mean I think he's gonna be better than I was just about to say that. I think he's gonna be better because he at least throw the ball down the field.
Whatever.
Spencer will
throw it to everybody else now.
Now you're right. No,
he throw it to everybody.
We done talked about a lot of. Okay, but hold on, we're not done here. Jared Goff gonna probably have a better season than Trevor Lawrence, right?
All right, you keep moving back and forth from the microphone.
Pause. But Jared Goff gonna have a better season than him, right?
You would assume so.
They're the odds-on favorite to end. They're supposed to win the NFC North, right?
Yeah, you would assume so. Because he lost Calvin Ridley. See, I don't know. They didn't really add anybody at wide receiver, I don't think.
They did, but negligible. Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. should be interesting, right?
No.
Fair. Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. That's where I'm more comfortable seeing Trevor Lawrence.
12 to 15.
And closer to 15 than the 12. Because the guy, you got to think, 9 Jalen Hurts, 10 CJ Stroud, 11 Jordan Love, 13 Brock Purdy, 14 Tua, 15 Kirk. You're going to mess around and be a middle-of-the-pack quarterback.
He's been a middle-of-the-pack quarterback. But that lends to my point. You can't go get anybody else. You can't go get nobody unless you start over. There's nobody else.
I'm not. I mean, if we're going to. If I can only get a middle-of-the-pack guy, then I might as well throw my hand back in and reshuffle the deck.
How many times Jacksonville didn't reshuffle the deck? When the last time they won a playoff game before Trevor Lawrence got there? They went to the AFC Championship game with old boy, right? That's the I see. He threw the ball into the ground all the time. From Central Florida, yeah, Booty Bortles. He was awful. Wait,
you forgot. Deshaun Watson is supposed to be better than him. And I'm gonna be real. There is this other Anthony Richardson and Shane Steichen could be better than him. You really at the point where you might be a bottom third quarterback at 2.
It would be all Shane Steichen. You said Anthony Richardson off of
Shane
nothing.
Steichen just did it with not Jarrett Stidham. Who's the other one?
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew. Same. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is ever going to be. I'm telling you, him and Mayo Boy are going to be fighting it out for 3 and 4 as far as quarterbacks in the AFC South. Black quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, just on average.
Tennessee ain't going. No,
yeah.
They got Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, and they got what's his name?
Denard Hopkins.
Derek.
And the AFC just got. I mean, Pittsburgh. There's again. My point still stands. Was Hurts better than Sunshine last year? Probably a push, to be honest.
Yeah, but his team is so good that it doesn't that's the other part. It doesn't matter.
Smooth stepped on that. It's okay.
Oh, tush push. But yeah, this is what you got at a receiver. Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, you drafted Brian Thomas Jr.
Oh yeah, Gabe Davis.
Evan, yeah.
Brian Thomas Jr. Where are you from?
Isn't that the kid from I want to say Michigan or LSU?
Oh, the one hit wonder, the 1 year wonder.
But he had all the stats now.
Yeah,
but for me, you don't have the luck, or you don't have the fortune of having the weapons like Tua.
So you would rather just start over again, get rid of everybody, because you had to get rid of everybody. Ain't no, if you get a new quarterback and you have to get a new, you get a new coach, you got to get, or you bring in, because this is his. You know, you let him pick his person.
No, for me. I hate to say it, but I mean, Doug, you're gonna get fired if you. This is what I can tell you. This is the wrong decision, and Doug is gonna get fired. What they should have done is, like I've always said, nope. Hear me out. There is a deficit of quarterbacks. So if you can't do that, then go defense. That's the only answer. The defense has always been what carried them anyway. So just double down on defense, find you a reasonable quarterback, and figure out what you can do until you can get the quarterback that you're looking for. Because there are quarterbacks that are available.
Who Okay, cool. I think at 5 years, 142, you're assuming either way that still makes the.
You're gonna be the Giants.
It makes the contract.
The Jacksonville Giants.
No, they're paying him guaranteed money. They paying him less than Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes is at $34 million a year, if I'm not mistaken. 33, 34, 35. He was somewhere in there. So you have to figure out what you're gonna do. Like, he is, if you assuming that he's mid, paying $28 million for a mid quarterback ain't bad. That's
Daniel Jones.
That's the mid price. $28 million is a mid quarterback price.
Daniel Jones was guaranteed $92 million
for 3 years. That's 30.
4 year, $160 million contract, including $36 million signing bonus, 92 guarantee, and an annual average salary of $40 million.
So his is 55, but his guaranteed is less than Daniel Dimes. His guaranteed is 28 or something like that. 56, 27. Yeah.
But my thing is, and I know that teams don't want to do this, they're going to have to push back on, I just signed a quarterback because I drafted him. Because that's where we are now is, I'm into this, so we double down on dumb.
Well, I mean, the Falcons may have started that trend. They may have started that trend, and we'll see in the next couple of years. But if you go on,
I told you
recent fast, that ain't gonna happen. The market is always going to reset itself. So to me, they probably feel like they're getting him for the low, or at least better than something else. Because Dak about to get 40 guaranteed. I didn't tell you that from somebody.
Well, that's because Jerry Jones negotiates like an idiot. Jerry could have been paid. Jerry never paid him on time, and that's the reason he always overpays. Because you have to pay for this year and the other years you stole from him. And Dak is at a point where every year he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. That's the issue with quarterbacks now is you're going to pay guys who are never going to materialize to the level of their contract. Kyler Murray is never going to be a top 10 or maybe top 10. He's never going to be a top 7 quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, never going to be a top 7 quarterback. Daniel Dimes, never going to be a top 7 quarterback. These guys who you're starting, that's the reason. I mean, look at Tampa. I know they thrilled with Baker. If I got to pay at contract value, give me Baker before you give me Trevor. It's a better deal.
Yeah, but how long? That team ain't gonna last long either. They gonna be MIA probably this year. I think they might end up third this year.
But this is the thing. They don't have their money tied up in anything. At least,
they're ready to press the reset button. They are ready to
exactly. But you wouldn't even have, it wouldn't be like the phone hard reset. I don't have to wipe my phone. I can keep the pieces that I like. I haven't sunk all of my money into a quarterback. And you got Baker, who's a good enough, those are the guys who I'm looking for. Give me Baker, give me Jameis, give me Gardner Minshew, where we can middle out until I can find a quarterback that I want, but I can still keep this team competitive. because this $275 million is gonna make you cut somebody who you should have kept. This is how the Giants ended up.
Look at this through a Falcons lens. You keep saying 275. It's not 275. It's 142.
Yes, but what I'm telling you is it's going to hamstring you paying somebody who you wanted to pay.
How? It's 142.
Because what's 142 divided by
5?
3?
It's a 5-year contract.
Yeah, but there's no out until 2029.
Yeah. What do you think contract's gonna be at 2029? It's $28 million a year.
I'm not even talking about the contract in 2029. I'm talking about you don't have a way to get out of this. You're in this now for the next full 5 years. At least the Giants were smart enough to put that little eject button in after year 3.
Who did they get? Who's their quarterback?
Who?
The Giants. Is it Danny Dimes?
Yeah.
Or the dude, the Italian dude.
Oh, Ben DiNucci. Ben DiNucci plays somewhere else.
So
but
yeah, I mean,
they gave themselves a 2-year potential out. So after the second year, they could get out. So at least give yourself an eject button where I don't have to be. They're stuck with Trevor Lawrence for 5 years, no outs.
Mm-hmm.
Man, hell no. Hell no, I'm not time. You hit your wagon to Trevor Lawrence for the next 5 years?
As opposed to hitching it to who? Whom?
No, I'm going to find something else. I will find something else for cheaper.
Well, when you find something, you let me know.
I mean, like, look at the Colts last year. When Anthony Richardson went out, they did it with a decent quarterback. Every year, wherever, yes, spend the money on the defense. I'm not spending that money on Trevor Lawrence, and especially not without an out. Hell no. 5 years of Trevor Lawrence. That means there'll be 5 years of new quarterback prospects coming in. In 5 years, man, Michael Penix Jr. gonna be better than Trevor Lawrence in 5 years.
You won't have to pay him in 5 years.
Everybody gonna be fired by then.
They're gonna be fired regardless. You just said either you press the button and fire everybody or you wait. Either way, they're gonna be fired.
I'm happy for the Jacksonville Giants. I'll be more than happy to dance on their grave, just like we are currently doing on the Giants.
So another intriguing thing is Joe Burrow is up for a contract. Jamar Chase is up for a contract. And Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins, who has been holding out, is signing his franchise tender today per sort. Well, that was 2 days ago. And he is expected to be at training camp. And a long-term deal for Higgins is still considered a long shot.
They're not paying him. They're making it very clear we're never giving you the money. And it should be everything about this is set up for a train wreck. And I still don't know what's going on in Cincinnati. Old boy want to retire. T. Higgins is signing this, but they made it very clear.
Oh, and they got to pay Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, you're right. He don't want to retire. He want to get paid, and they're not going to pay him. And that's how you get out. They're pulling the Gronk move.
So I'm very intrigued to see how this plays out. And you're right. Jamar Chase is probably the happiest man on the planet. He saw what Justin Jefferson got, and he's like, I'm going to sign after this, so I'm going to make more than this. I'm going to reset the market. You just saw what Trevor Lawrence got.
Joe Burrow.
He's going to reset the market. Joe Burrow going to reset the market.
Justin Jefferson. I don't think what's his name going to reset it. They're not going to pay
Jamar Chase
more than Justin Jefferson.
It's going to be close.
It'll be close. It won't be more. It won't be more.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. That's say what you want to. Like, I believe that Justin Jefferson is better, but you don't have a way to get a Jamar Chase, and you got to pay him. Somebody else will pay him. Happily.
Why?
Because well, no. The difference between the two is that there's interest in one. Like, if you said today, hey, Trevor Lawrence is available, How many teams you think are really excited about that? Not many.
Because they all got their quarterback.
Exactly. But due to the fact you could always use another receiver, if somebody said, hey, man, Jamar Chase is available, the whole NFL is like, well, let me see how I can make this work.
Yeah.
Supply and demand. It's that simple.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I don't. For T. Higgins, he needs to go to a team that has a lot of small, fast receivers. I don't know. It can't. There's not enough money in the world for him to go to Miami. But him in Miami as the possession receiver with them two lightning bolts at slot with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle would be just
the places I see him potentially being.
Minnesota.
Nah, definitely not.
Why? They ain't got to pay nobody. They only paying Jefferson. There's nobody else making money on that team. And they got Jordan, what's his name? They play Addison to play slot.
They paid Gennard a decent amount of money.
No, they didn't.
I mean, you're right. You're right. But you know how I feel about JJ McCarthy as a quarterback. If I'm T. Higgins, I'm not interested in going there. Send me to Buffalo with Josh Allen, or send me to LA with Justin Herbert. But I'm not going out there so me, Addison, and Justin Jefferson can look stupid together.
With Sam Darnold throwing you the ball into the ground.
Man,
hell
no.
Sam Bortles.
Scam Darnold, as he was originally named by me. Ain't no way. No. All you're going to have is receivers and no quarterback?
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting how
Justin Fields will get right over there at the end of this season. Ooh,
because they got him returning kicks. I don't know what's going to happen with Higgins, but I will say Calais Campbell left the Falcons and went and signed with the Miami Dolphins to allow the rest of that team to basically just rush the passer because he's going to eat up 3 blocks and set the edge to stop the run, which was something that they couldn't do. So Calais did sign, and he's now in Miami. I hate that he left the Falcons because he led our team in sacks, which is both good for him and sad for the Falcons.
Seth Towns, that's who he is. If y'all remember Seth Towns, he's the guy who played at Harvard, he played at Michigan, and he played at Howard and Ohio State. Calais Campbell is cruising out of here in style. I spent a year in Atlanta, and I kick in to see what the boys got going on over there. Let me slide on down here to South Florida and see what we can do for the rest of the year. And yeah, I have no responsibilities, just like here. I got one job to do, be real tall and run at the quarterback. They have every receiver. Mike McDaniels is going to score 100 points. And yeah, if it works out, great. I can steal a Super Bowl, maybe. If it don't work out, I'm in Miami, baby. I'm broke, baby.
No state tax.
Money bitch.
Yeah, so shout out to Calais, man. We always try to keep up with former Falcons that we liked. So shout out to Calais. He's there. And finally, Tom Brady got inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. Ironically, Bill Belichick wasn't there. Not ironically. We knew he was. He went to the roast, but he didn't go to the induction ceremony. But Antonio, Jay-Z, everybody knows that Brady used to come out to Jay-Z's one of his songs. And Antonio Brown calls out Jay-Z after Jay-Z performs at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame induction ceremony, saying Jay wouldn't perform at any of the Hip Hop 50 concerts last year where the fans would have known every word to his songs, but he make time to get ignored by rich folks. CTESPN. That's a great tag.
First of all, that CTESPN is funny as hell.
That's a great tag.
And for me, I see both sides of this. I don't think that AB is that far off. You're right. You're Hove, you're Jay-Z, you're so many people's favorite #1 rapper. Nothing. But also, they probably homeboys. Tom Brady and Jay-Z are probably friends.
Jay-Z and Robert Kraft are friends. Jay-Z is still plugged in with the NFL, and Robert Kraft is at one of the top seats of the owners' table. It's Jerry Jones, Arthur Blank, Robert Kraft. Those are the top three.
Fair.
That, to me, kind of, and he's cool with Tom Brady. And Tom Brady is a billionaire, too. So, like, I mean, that's a club that ain't too many people in America. So, like, I get what he's saying. And I do agree with you that Jay-Z could have performed at something in New York. Like, you the biggest hip hop star possibly of all time.
Yeah.
You could have done something. And it does look bad when you doing all this with the light show and all of this and the pyrotechnics and the smoke and them folks ain't even looking at the stage.
Them people is over there trying to get them little sandwiches.
That ceviche.
It's a is that too? It's over there. It's some little sandwiches on croissants. It's some ceviche.
Some lobster rolls. They in Boston.
Oh,
you know some lobster rolls up there. They can be fire.
I mean, AB is crazy, but every now and then he don't be that far off.
That's why him and Kanye be right there. Be 9 of them things, you be like, boy, that CTE and them whatever is crazy. Then he said that 10th thing, and you be like,
you know,
you got a point.
You know,
you got a point.
And the thing is, you be like, I agree with it. I just wouldn't say it out loud.
I agree with it when we go to dinner. When it's just us, when it's amongst us.
Yeah,
I agree to it. But man, it's 12 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of episode 156 of the Splashcast. Monday Night Raw. We talked about HBCU news around the culture. We had the pregame. Y'all listen to that on Wednesday. We did our little finals deep dive. I'll probably take that out of the episode and add that as its own little entity. And then we talked about Trevor Lawrence getting overpaid, but you know, you can't really. It is what it is. So,
hey, good luck and Godspeed. Y'all know that's my answer to everything.
Yeah, man.
When people make the dumb decisions,
you make the quarterback the head of the team and the spokesperson of the team. Once somebody gets used to him, and all he had to think about it as a quarterback, as a sunshine-looking quarterback, I won't make it too crazy, too racial. As a sunshine-looking quarterback, all you have to do is win one playoff game. Justin Herbert, one playoff.
The bar is in hell, and this is the thing. Justin Fields couldn't get no piece of team, nothing, and then he getting $142 million, and nothing about Trevor Lawrence tells me that he's anywhere near better than Justin Fields. Did he have a better hand? Did he get more weapons? Was he presented with more opportunities? Yes. But skill for skill, nothing tells me that Trevor Lawrence is better than Justin Fields.
I think they were dealt.
Man, hell no.
They had
Justin Fields
two terrible. They both had two
ain't
terrible
Mike
coaches.
Mike Ditka is still the damn near receiving record holder for the Bears, yo.
Yeah. Well,
they
yeah. And then he got DJ Moore, and he looked pretty good, just like Trevor Lawrence got Calvin Ridley and looked good.
And no, he had Calvin Ridley. He had, what's the other boy name?
Where they overpaid Christian Kirk. They paid Christian Kirk $100 million.
Boy.
I that's go play for Jacksonville. What y'all need me? You need water boy? They probably make $250,000. Be the water boy out there. They pay everybody. Except for Calvin Ridley.
Clearly.
Which is stupid.
Which is stupid. It's the same thing the Giants did. Who instead of paying Saquon, you paid Daniel Jones. Instead of paying Calvin Ridley, you paid Trevor Lawrence. You damn fool. But that's it. We'll see. Y'all give me something to laugh at.
All right, Noah, if we ain't missed anything, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for rocking with us until the wee hours of the morning. We will have one more pod, then we will be off for a week, and then we will be back. Prepare your minds, hearts, and souls. Number one, more black baseball, one more black baseball. Shout out to Marcel Ozuna and more black baseball. Also, Michael Harris, heal up soon. We need you badly. Number two, more black cowboys and cowgirls. I told y'all, this is urban country summer. I think I might have actually spoken this up because nobody was worried about cowboys and cowgirls until Splashcast started talking about it. Now you about to get all the black country music that you ever want to hear. Go ahead and tell y'all right now, Whiskey with Moneybag Yo and Morgan Wallen, yes. That is more of that. Just like we gave y'all Shabuzi Shabuzi and Big X last week, they coming back. It's going to be rap music and country music right in there together every week for the next 10, 15 weeks. And then number three, the historically black college university your cousin went to, your uncle went to, you went to, the person used to sit in the back of church and laugh and kiki with, send some money over there. The historically black college university that you go to for homecoming, step shows, or just to be around your people, send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world. Y'all see the Hampton blanket behind me. We asking for $18.68 on behalf of the greatest learning institution on the planet. Send it on